Hello, everybody. Welcome along to our Hindsight Podcast Studios. I am UB Nso Nduonovid, alongside three very Christmas-ready pundits, starting off with Jesus Christ. No. It's a very important call, so I won't take it, but it's worth it.
Look at this.
Let's go.
Put it on silence now.
I'll put it on silence.
Okay.
Yes, make I know. Okay. Yes, let's go.
This is a very...
Matters of the heart, you have to attend to it very delicately. All right. Let's go.
All right. Wale would have put this out.
Put this out. Hello, everybody. Welcome along to our Hindsight Podcast Studios. I am UB Nso Nduonovid, alongside three December-ready pundits, and of course, starting off with TikTok favorite and everyone's favorite punter, Mr. Inyobo Monday. Next up, Twitter darling and double award-winning podcaster, Mr. IBK Sports, who's in all black today, and of course, last but not the least, the Ajankbadi legend in Mr. Olakulorifa. Gentlemen, good to have everyone here. We're what? How many days to Christmas? 10 days to Christmas or
15?
15?
No, not 15. 13.
13 days.
13.
Right.
Today's
December.
Today's 12.
12, right?
13 days.
So 13 days to Christmas. What's that song they sing about? The 12 carols of Christmas, something like that. There's something like that.
12.
Yeah.
How am I the one that's...
Do you understand? Like, Rufai is the Muslim here.
You go school where they
Look at this guy.
They do the two now.
That government school I go.
But I've always,
now.
every time I speak to people about Christmas, and I do sense that if you didn't have if your childhood wasn't, if your adults around you didn't make Christmas special for you, you run the risk of going your entire life not feeling like Christmas is special.
Yeah.
I feel very much so.
But you don't be like that now. No good lie.
No.
Obviously,
Obviously,
Christmas is always special. Christmas is very special. Special in the sense, personally, growing up, you always knew that you're going to have new clothes. You're going to eat the sort of food you've not eaten before. Your mother was going to put that extra meat in your food. Christmas was just special. That period, you get to go out a lot,
But no be meat, they want you now. It could be another thing.
Yeah.
But you don't chop meat tire now.
No, that I said growing up. That's why I said growing up. It was really special because there's always church activities, there are parties here. There's always something happening.
I used to look forward to acting dramas.
Yeah.
I used to act a lot of dramas.
You don't mean it?
Yeah. So there was this.
Hold on a sec. You used to act.
Oh yeah, a lot.
How did you now lose the plot?
Bro, like, see, there are two things I lost growing up, right? One was singing. I used to be like junior choir lead singer.
But what you never do?
So
was there a chance you're going to be a rap artist?
No chance. Funny thing is, I'm a hip hop guy, right? I like the sound, but I always knew that I couldn't rap. Like I couldn't. It wasn't my thing to sit down and write, songs, but I could understand once a hip hop artist, did something. Anyway, going back to it, I used to sing. This kind of song where we say for choir, you sing. People they come and drop.
Nah, 10 already take away now.
So yeah.
Nah, soprano.
I think it was more. I think it was more treble.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was more treble. I used to have a good voice. I lost it when I went to secondary school.
So apparently,
I used to be in the boys brigade.
Okay.
I used to be there.
Now Methodist you go.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm Methodist.
Apparently nobody got the line. He said he used to act. I said, when did he lose the plot?
Yeah.
Nobody got it. Nobody picked it. Oh my god.
Right. I see what you did there. They still.
They didn't.
You guys still don't get it.
Oh my god.
Now wow. Hey. Jesus.
Oh my god. Evidence no day.
Right. But anyway, so those two things. I just feel like even as an adult now, where obviously adulthood and all the struggles in adulthood come. I still feel that when the calendar flips to December 1st, I just get this. Obviously, it's a lot of deep-seated nostalgia, but I just get the feeling that everything is going to be a bit more merry, if you like.
Yeah, for me, right? For me, what I enjoy about the Christmas / New Year period. So for me, it's the. I feel like you have more. What's the word? Like you have more. The celebrations, in my opinion, are a lot more peaceful. The streets are calmer. Maybe people travel to whatever place or whatever. The streets
and the weather helps too.
The streets are deserted. The weather helps as well.
Bro, my first year in Lagos. Yeah. Not now.
Yeah.
Things don't go
AY.
where we don't know.
Yeah.
My first year in Lagos, first Christmas in Lagos was wild. Like the roads were completely empty.
I missed that.
Yep.
I missed that. I
Yep.
missed that a lot.
Exactly.
Roads were completely
Completely empty.
Yeah, I missed that.
Everywhere
Where people
dry.
So I literally felt like rapture don't happen where I don't know, bro. Where people dey.
Because my pastor been deceiving me.
So I enjoyed,
I've done everything you said.
I enjoyed that a lot. And also growing up, the moment we got to like, obviously, the moment I was in secondary school, my friends and I, every 24th, we always have a party. Every 24th, we always have a party where it will be us, arranging the party. And then I remember the last one we did before we now graduated it into like a proper street jams, because it used to be on my street. We have the party in front of my house. So my friend has, his mom sells drinks, right, in front of like my house, called Kelvin. So we'll bring speakers, and everybody knew that 24th night, you just there. Come. You have to be there. That's what's happening.
Kelvin is your best friend, no?
Yeah, it's like from childhood. That's like we grew up together.
Yeah, I have to say, Kelvin is I've known Rufai for a while. Kelvin is a constant. Yeah. He's there. I think we need people like that in our lives, right? So shout out to Kelvin.
You know Ibn Beach?
Yeah, of course. I don't like to go there, but bro, it's no longer what it's a nice one now.
Exactly. 26th December, Boxing Day. Ibn Beach used to be like, you know the carnival in Brazil.
Yeah.
Ibn Beach used to be that. A miniature of that. Yeah. Like absolute carnival.
I think that I don't know, but I feel sorry, and hopefully I am wrong, but I feel sorry for the kids growing up now. I really do.
I don't think there's a lot of
I don't think there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
I think
I don't even think excitement. Because if you are looking for excitement, you will find. But I don't think there's like worthy experiences. Bro, I don't even think it's excitement.
But a person put on for Twitter say, in show one picture where those plates, all those white plates, where they go carry, come give you for house.
Yes, now. Yes, now. Yes, now.
Your neighbor can't give you.
No, me.
Remember those kind of oils that were in cans.
That were in cans.
When you see that can, Christmas, if you don't,
bro, see,
you don't get.
When you see that can, where you go open with rubber for the up like this. Yeah. Oh my god.
For my own house, it's the same. Like if we're having Salah, you get for street people know say okay. It's an update. They
go round.
You go round. So once it's Christmas, the morning of 25th, because this is my house, this is Kelvin's house. Now one friend's there beside us.
Right.
Once it's morning of 25th, pounded yam and pepper soup. In the morning, that's where my breakfast is.
Yep.
In the morning of the 25th.
Yep.
No negotiating it. I'm telling you.
I tell you what, right? Like, I feel like, and I go back to what I said about kids. Maybe I hope they have better experiences, even though I doubt it. Was when I came to Lagos as well, right? There was this thing I wasn't aware of it. I knew people were traveling, but because of the Igbo population in Lagos, around the 20th, 21st, 23rd, I used to live with a friend in the story building, so we could oversee the entire street. You would see 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You see families loading their cars off to the east.
Yes,
Do you get?
Yep.
Now, why this is important for me is because it doesn't happen anymore. Like people are not traveling.
Feel the same.
People are not traveling. People are not traveling by the road.
People know
like you will load your Sienna up.
No, they're not.
Your Highlander, whatever you had.
Yeah.
Your SUV.
You know another thing.
Kids off. You won't see them for another 5 weeks.
Yeah. What I was going to say before you said this was even part of the experience they were talking about. You know, like growing up, you could be. Your parents might maybe strict. They don't like you going outside of the house for too long.
Yeah.
You can't do that. But once it's like Christmas or it's like any celebration going on, especially this December, they can almost afford you that. Where is this person? He don't go one person's house. He's probably in another person.
Yep.
They have gone to. There be 5 of them. Don't go one. Christmas party. And why that also was possible is because there were things happening, negative things happening too. It wasn't like it wasn't happening, but there was still a little bit of. You can allow it. Community. There was a little bit of that community, and nothing would do my
love.
Even if there were still quarrels that were happening, fights, all those can still happen. But there were still that independent social person house. Tomorrow if we fight too, but this one celebration of the
No,
one.
you knew that once this Auntie Kemi is here.
Do you understand?
You understand? Or Auntie Ada is here. She's the mother of everybody's there.
Do you
And the
get?
parents had that mutual.
You get?
It's
Now,
almost, yeah.
there's heightened.
Like everybody's everybody's
heightened
indoors.
surveillance. Nobody
when
wants
I even know
anybody
say
to.
don't finish, I see person they sell hamper. I see 140 something thousand.
Charlie,
How you gonna buy that?
I say na lie.
hamper way 5K. Just how many years ago?
How-
5K.
how you
Hamper
gonna
go
buy
full.
that?
You're still looking at 5K. You can't.
Yeah.
They're expensive now.
How you gonna buy that?
I see 140 something key.
Yeah.
I say na lie.
We used to have hampers in my house. Like we used to have hampers. So in my house, we used to do this Christmas decorations, right? So we would rearrange the parlor, right?
Yeah,
Rearrange the
even
parlor.
myself,
We would
go
tie
down.
like twines in a diagonal. You cross intersection. We'll hang Christmas cards all around, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I really wish kids still have those things.
we used
I
to
really
do
wish
that
kids
too.
are still
Now I'm
doing
not there again.
My
those
brother,
things.
there is
And
social media now.
They're there on Twitter.
that trip of going to the east. So of course I didn't go travel down to the east for Christmas, but when I saw my friends, Charles Tudozie, who was at the community hangout as well, is the guy in the pink shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
The cop.
They would travel, them Smith and go travel. That you could see that excitement in the
Yes,
kids'
now.
voices,
Like
coming
going to
down
the
the
village
stairs
as well.
Going to
But
the
you don't
village,
go village, go chop before.
bro. And you come
everybody
in the
experience
village with a strong fog.
Let me tell you.
like Hamatan.
Yeah,
you don't
this
see
guy,
anything.
man.
Let me tell you the experience.
No.
Let me tell you the experience
Even
of
like,
going.
even like I don't reverse myself.
Let me
there was a
tell you.
country.
There was a country, bro.
my bro. Let me tell you the experience of going to the east. So the same like Igbo people going to the east for Christmas. Obviously, it wasn't Christmas.
What's the equivalent of that?
Yeah, but my friend's sister was getting married, so all of us went to Anambra.
Wow.
We went to. I'm trying to remember the hometown. Like we went to
Oba.
Anambra. Nah, went to Anambra like
Anyway.
village. In fact, the first day, like second day, we were in Anambra, masquerade come out.
Hey!
Bro, these are not your Lagos masquerade where gods where they drink. God where they drink bitters. This one, bro. These are like
God,
these are
they
like-
take transport again.
Yo, these are like
Where
proper
gods they go?
masquerade where is about to be violent. Like,
God don't go back house.
Where gods they go?
so my guy and this my guy that his sister is getting married. True boy now.
Yeah.
His dad is like a titled man in the community.
He's like, he's a title.
He's a titled man.
He has red cap. Red cap.
See, when this man gets to the village, if you see his house in the village is like this entire. It's like this. When this man gets to the village, the first thing that goes on is a siren in the house. Everybody knows that he has arrived.
Big shout out to Igbos.
Igbo,
Somebody told me something I didn't realize. He said, he's an Igbo man. And this is not meant as a disrespect.
Yeah.
An Igbo man will live under bridge in Lagos.
He will go and build
He has a country
monument
home.
in
He
his
has a
hometown.
country home.
Of course.
In his hometown.
Country home.
No, but I mean the legendary Obi.
Bro.
Obi said I don't have a
Obi
house
still
in Lagos.
lives in the house. Obi says
No,
he
he said
still
he rents a house in Lagos.
in Lagos. He lives in the house that he grew up, that his father built and gave them their own this thing.
Yeah.
It's only when the wife is around. He said I think the one in
Yeah.
Lagos says because of the wife.
No,
Okay.
I think he said in Lagos that now they are just beginning to
He
build
said his wife is building.
building, but he rents a
He said
place.
he doesn't need it.
and honestly, right, I think about these things, and I'm just like, I'm driving through Lagos in the mornings, and I'm just hoping that, I'm hoping that everyone is having as much a smile as they can have. I know it's been a very tough year, but I like to live in that space of gratitude where I realize that as tough as it is for everyone outside, a lot of people outside, if you're lucky to smile, right, just try and make somebody else smile in the Christmas. Just try and make somebody else
Yeah.
smile, and that will be special.
I'll say this
Yeah.
as well.
Beautiful.
I'll say this as well. It's also what we're talking about, like people traveling.
Yeah.
Because I know, at least from a personal perspective, how therapeutic it is.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, for example, even when it's not Christmas, there are times where I like getting out of Lagos.
It's very
For
important.
a few.
important,
So
It's
wherever
very,
it
very
is,
important.
I can go to Ibadan.
Yeah.
I can go to Ondo State. I can go to Asaba.
Yeah.
I can like these places I'm mentioning. These are places I've gone constantly.
Bro.
Sometimes just to get out of
in
Lagos.
2013 or 2012, me and my friends, my friend's school in Ghana, so came back, and we all entered. His EOD at the time was a mad thing. We all went to Uyo. That trip is so etched in my mind deeply.
Yeah.
like it was so satisfactory. This idea that our young people now, you know, in their 30s, millennials, don't have the feeling of driving their own cars across the country. It is such a, they've taken something from us that is
They have.
that is very like, bro, my friend Momsi, does he go say Momsi go enter car, they drive go east?
Yes, now my own. You see,
Like,
Come on now. Yes,
like,
now.
yeah.
like they go village, and the thing is, it's not like country wasn't. There weren't
like
things
things
happening.
weren't
Things were
happening.
happening, but you see that feeling. I say we will arrive. Like
But
it wasn't
yeah.
this at this
But
height.
it wasn't this.
Even those who discussing security say that time, then say won't celebrate.
They'll go make a enjoy with their family.
Everybody, man, this period, go shake hand. This period,
Everybody go enjoy with their family.
Yeah,
Make we chop
we resume
chicken.
in January.
You understand? So
We resume in January.
you see that thing of you see that thing of living the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yeah, it's
When
incredible.
you travel, you go. You're around nature. You walk in a narrow path.
Incredible
where it's
stuff.
bush.
I didn't tell you now. That
It's
time when
so therapeutic.
Baba, when I stayed Jos, I was like, I need to leave Lagos. I'm not happy.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Bro.
you feel like you don't want to come back.
I say so. Where that feel good like this for
and
Nigeria?
then you now immerse yourself in like experience.
Brother,
no.
I drive my mom's car in Uyo, right? I don't use the AC. I'm telling you, I was there for 9 weeks, you know, this year. And this is one of the luxuries of doing, you know, the kind of job I do. I can unplug and say, you know what, I'm going somewhere else.
I've had enough
for a while.
Yeah.
I drive without the AC on, except when I'm picking the kid at school. You know what, that's it.
Yeah.
But aside that, man, like I think that for me, road travels. So of course, going by air is a lot easier. Let's not glorify.
No.
you know,
It's a lot
It's a
easier
lot
now.
easier.
It's a lot easier
but
now.
for me.
But it's
and
not
this
an
is-
experience compared to like when you
Yeah,
go
it's
by road.
not.
When you're
It's
traveling by
not.
road,
It's not.
So then when I travel with
those
friends.
years in December, those years. I used to travel by sometimes travel by AKTC at the time. If you're going to
God forbid.
no,
Never again.
no. But back in the day, it was a
The
standard.
story where I
Back-
Stop that.
AKTC never.
No,
No slander of
Back in the day, no.
will be tolerated
No,
on this table.
Person
Stop that
want me
nonsense.
say you see AKTC, you see GIG. Now AKTC, you say you want
No,
enter. God forbid.
Where was Gen Z now?
Jaji just came now.
No, the time where I go ni.
No, you just call you call it.
Now me tell the person here,
Brother.
please can I get to Lagos in 12 hours? I say man I go enter AKTC, man don't worry. Before that time I go reach Lagos. I don't understand what that person is.
That year, once you down Jelegba,
See, Rufai, I sure you go beg driver. Then God forbid, guy.
no. Between
fire.
Bro.
between 2007, right, and 2013,
Step on it.
AKTC was the best.
Driver, they take your life.
It was the best way of going to, you know,
Lewis
to the
Hamilton.
east.
No,
It was
I've
incredible.
never-
But I hear there is a great Christmas village in Uyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing way
He paid
Akpabio
me
they
that.
always
I know
do.
they will.
I'll be there.
That choir thing what Akpabio they always do. You know they do them again.
What's that?
That
Okay, the Christmas carols.
Oh, there is.
Where they go plenty.
No, Carol is there.
Festival.
Carol is gonna be
I don't
there.
know if they're doing it this
So,
year.
so you know, they were
Akpabio tried with that
growing
too.
up. Calabar was the destination for Christmas in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that you have
I'm the only one who
Christmas
has never
carnival.
attended.
You didn't go to Carnival,
I've never. I'm the only one in.
but I hear this year. That caught that back. The carnival is back.
The
You never go
carnival
to
in
Carnival?
No, I've never been to the
Aya.
carnival. But obviously, I was
like
watching
the
it on
carnival
TV.
is absolute carnival.
I was watching it on
Like-
TV.
like-
Last time was when you, Ibanga, I think,
You know,
over.
that was
You
it.
guys
That,
were-
funny thing, that wasn't even the carnival. That was just an Uyo cruise.
Okay.
But now you have a Christmas village.
Yeah, that Christmas village. I actually
They
knew.
open
I
it
knew.
December 1st.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the ends, I think, is December
No,
31st.
it's just 31st.
Yeah.
They think they'll pack up January 5th or something like
Honestly,
that.
was that Christmas village? There was a proposal that came,
Yeah.
came to my table
Yeah.
They came
to
my
make
team.
to make some things work.
But honestly,
Brilliant.
You should.
Actually
If you have the
brilliant.
chance to go, you should go.
The Christmas
If you have a chance to go, you should go.
Absolutely.
It is something.
Funnily,
It's
I
quite
was
something.
just telling my wife yesterday. I said, "Hi, that Christmas village. Just the feeling of walking around, knowing you could chop something.
And you know another thing.
It's too much.
Everybody
man.
will tell you every time you leave the city and you travel, the food that you eat somehow always tend to be the best. So if you, for example, now, if I like your father very well, but there's nothing you can tell me. Your father, there was one that I went to Ogun State. in Abeokuta, I had one of father. Also in Ondo State, you cannot compare.
Yes, now.
You can't compare.
Tastes.
The know-how.
The know-how. You cannot.
That's how I was telling somebody. Say they sell ball in Lagos. I said they don't sell ball in Lagos. They sell roasted plantain in Lagos. If you want ball, you go to Port Harcourt.
Go to PH,
bro. Ball in Port Harcourt. This thing you people sell here is plantain, roasted plantain. That's what it's called. Bolly is in Port Harcourt. Bro, I'm not kidding you. Mr. Sam, big shout out to him at school. Mr. Sam said anytime I want to go to Port Harcourt.
For what exactly?
No. because he was telling me about the place. I was telling him when I was in Port Harcourt. I was in Port Harcourt, I think 2019.
Yeah.
And we went to one place, bro. They put plantain, put fish. Jesus. You gonna look food like this, say, God, don't punish Lagos. You gonna look food, take up punish Lagos.
If you like that fisherman soup.
That's the only. See,
so when I told Mrs. Sam said, you didn't even go to the right place. They have a headquarters where they only sell bolly and fish. So he said, if you enter that place, you will know that there is life.
One of the reasons I genuinely want to go to Akwa Ibom. I genuinely want to go to because I've never been to. That's like one of the places that I've never been to. Because
I took you to one place, bro, when they had fisherman soup.
Bro. Oh God!
I'll do the ad for them free. The castle. You know I'll do it for them free.
I said it's nonsense that you people are eating in Lagos.
And they will bill you 30,000.
For nonsense.
You know I'll do the ad free for them. The Castle Hotel, right? I was talking to Devo, who used to come to Smooth, right?
Yeah.
So Devo, I mean, we're just driving we're going to our car, we're packing up for the day, we're going home, and he was like, he's going to Uyo, and there's a place somebody told him about shaman soup. If I know the place, but he can't cook. He was saying something. I said the Castle Hotel. He said yes, that's the place. I said, what are the odds?
What are the odds?
This place,
my bro,
has become this popular,
bro.
My brother, if you are in Uyo,
go to the Castle Hotel.
I will be there.
Really?
I will be there. IBK.
How much be that fisherman soup?
No worry. Worry not about
the funny
how
thing,
much.
the last time we ate it
was 12K.
Yeah.
Worry not. That's it. 12K. You will pay 30,
bro.
Yes.
Easy
for nonsense.
Easy.
You pay 30 for nonsense, bro.
Easy. You know, so apologies to all the guys who think we're going on about December, but you know, we really think that it's and we genuinely, and I think you can hear from the sound of our voice, genuinely think that it's a real season to really smile a little bit. We'll hustle all year, and we're gonna hustle more next year, and we don't know what next year holds. But in this period, if you can slow down, if you can afford to slow down, slow down. If you can afford to, hug your family, hug your people, be friendly, be nice, be happy, take a sit down, raise your leg. That if that's possible, do it, right? So thank you very much for that. And I saw a tweet. Somebody said, "We're not going to do like something I never seen December before." Somebody replied and said, "Have you seen December 2024 before?"
You don't see how.
Have you seen it before? You should not be happy. He said December don't reach. Who they carry a John O'Grippy call? Who the whole John O'Grippy?
If I come your house,
that's why when they do protest, person tweet say this protest no concern you if you now you carry money for a job.
No go there.
This protest where I hear you want start, you don't concern anybody we carry a job money.
You know that time where a job people it used to be a thing where
they still drum.
They still drum.
Go,
you go get a job person with and they do now market women.
Yes, now they still drum.
So you go get a job person we go come every morning. They go get card.
Yeah.
You go get your card. You get your when you call you give them your today contribution. You go mark them so that at the end of the month or whatever they go say, oh, this is how much you are contributed. You're taking how much. This is, bro. The way the stories used to come out that Babala just no law.
I used to see
but
mechanics.
Most times they didn't know the house person house.
I used to see mechanics.
Right?
Right?
Some of them still they carry money.
I used to see mechanics, right? Back in the day, do those things. And honestly, everybody in life, you need to travel, leave where you come from, go somewhere else, go see.
It's an incredible experience.
It's an incredible experience. It's an experience for life, right? And if you make it long enough to tell your grandchildren, it will be quite the story. So when I came to Lagos first, I was sitting my mechanics, for some reason, mechanics are always there under high tension. I don't know why.
That because I dare space data.
I said, okay, so is there another shop no mechanic? So I said, no, and the whole line of mechanic. I said, I look at it. If you don't have attention properly, you go to hear. I don't do geophysics like this man, but I know that something is wrong. It cannot be healthy for us.
You should never be under that.
So I will see them, just call, they will do that for morning, somebody would say, So after like a while, I said, this is the way they take it away. He said, a contribution. I think contribution is, he said, a month, now how would they take picking go school be this? I was like, wow, it's an incredible.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's an incredible thing, right?
I like just say, pick up packer, go take the OPK. I don't go just say. I know that time phone no day. I like just go just come in the morning. Bam, then they get one thing where they press, where they make sound. They will just come sign. If he no come, if now your turn to collect money, I like just no quick come. But that's where they give out the money, they come by 10. Now your turn to receive money, 10:30, you never see him. You don't know, you don't get phone to call.
It's fire on the mountain,
bro.
But speaking of which, I don't know if you did see when you're a child, right? This signing thing where you get paper card.
Yeah.
Right, you will collect 100.
Yeah.
What an experience.
Yeah,
they know they sell the card again.
You get gift card. You go list things.
Yes.
People go even see something.
What an experience.
Give you money.
Like, you know, our money you get. So you go. This person say he's giving you 200 naira.
Yeah.
You mark it at the end. If you get like 4,000 naira, bro.
Yeah.
Like those experiences were like timeless. And for me, what it taught me is how to say thank you, manage your expectations. So some people give you 20 naira, and you remember those balloons. You know those balloons, those plenty.
Most guys know they pick that big one. They say the number no they,
bro.
The number no did that.
I never see who. I think all my life, maybe that once I don't see person who pick that. I never see who pick that.
I come back. This biggest balloon. Where is it?
Biggest one. I never see who pick that before ever.
This big balloon.
They said no balloon here.
Where is the number? You don't remember these balloons?
See that man.
The one where they pin down those small one.
That small one.
By the time you put 3 here like it don't blow.
Oh man, what a time. He said, I don't understand. In Nigerian that perfectly understands, but it's giving you the chance to correct the rubbish you're just saying. He said, I don't understand. No, Nigerians understand. It's just a try.
They are giving you a chance. What is that? I don't understand. They're giving you a chance to try and see that truly.
This is the way they talk the rubbish.
This is the way you just talk. You don't work.
Perfectly understood.
Before they come tell you, say, okay, this is what you talk now, nonsense. Now that I don't understand, I go first call.
You know, this part of the show is called Meme Watch. We realize that a lot of people say, look, the memes that you gather are, you know,
I don't know how you do it,
bro.
Man.
I look out for it.
I don't
So
know how you do it.
we're taking some feedback on the show this period. We're making some changes to the show. We're creating 3 new segments on the show. Of course, we're just naming the first one Meme Watch. The second segment is pretty much your on the pod today, which is pretty much our topics, and that's what we're going to. Third segment is the prediction segment, which of course in Enable Monday is pretty much the choir master of that, and of course the last one would be binge watch. Someone tweeted and said, "God bless Nigeria." Someone replied, guess a reply. To copy this, you press 1. You know that thing before?
Yes, if you make call.
I'm like, Nigerians, why do people think like this? Anyway, let's start with, I thought today we should touch base with some of the most unconventional topics that we haven't been able to touch base. We don't have the iPad today, so that's down to Wale. Wale's out of town, so shout out to Wale. Where's Wale? Bielsa? Wale told us he joined the chopper for the first time in his life, right? We hope you don't change careers anytime soon. But I want to start off with Ademola Lookman, and these are maybe the unconventional topics that we don't ever get to really touch base with.
Yeah.
But I remember 2 years ago when Osimhen was totally held the world by the scruff of the neck, and we did an episode and really said, look, what are we witnessing here with this kid, right? And I think that we're in that moment again where we're witnessing something strong again with another player. I dare say on the same level.
Yeah,
I dare say on the same level. Obviously not in the title winning team, but when I watch Lookman now, we watch football, you know, from that other era. And someone in the comments said, "How would I even be safe? When they talk, I say, you get." But honestly, for real, I watch football from an era that I think is different from what is happening now, right? The backless era, pretty much, right? And I think a lot of people would resonate with that. And you watch some players. We used to go to the viewing centers. Let's say if you went late or you were walking back from a viewing center and you just met someone on the road, you say, "Man, you play Everton. Wait a minute, scores. You expect to hear 3-4. Then you know say Ronaldo don't score 2 inside. Do you understand?
Yes. Like
or
Banga.
really don't score 1 inside. These were givens, and it might sound like heresy now, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
You know, Chelsea play 3-1. Lampard score 1.
You get.
Drogba score 1.
Say they score 3. Drogba no score.
Drogba no score 1.
Something
is wrong. You get. Same thing with Arsenal. Igwe scored, Van Nistelrooy don't score. You knew. So now I said that to say that when I see an Atalanta result now, and I just open the thing to see the score, I know Lookman is going to be there.
You almost always see Lookman.
Yeah.
If he's not there for the goal, he's there for the
involved.
assist.
Yeah.
You understand?
Well involved. Well
And
involved.
I think that for me, that is when a player gets to that level for their team, they become a furniture.
Yeah, absolute furniture. And for a player like him, where he's coming from, because he's been quite the journeyman.
Yep.
You know, I still remember him at Charlton. He had this slight look, very tiny. You know, when he signed for Everton.
Yeah.
You know, the early doubts in his career whether he could make it top level because of his size. Because, bro, the Premier League is a top league to play, and if you do not have the size and the physicality to match it, it will be tough.
Yeah.
So he was quite a journeyman. Everton, he left Charlton to Everton. I think he went to Leipzig. You know, came back to Fulham or Leicester, but he's been traveling. But the one time that I feel like he's settled at a club, his true qualities come through. And I'm really pleased for him because I've seen him grow in leaps and bounds. You know, he's two-footed. His movement has gotten better. He's always been a skillful player. You know, in tight spaces, he could get away from players. But how well he's developed his shooting. You know, he's shooting left foot, right foot. He's that sort of player where you feel like in and around the box, he can unlock any defense, whether with a flick, whether with a strike, whether with a pass. He's just looking like almost a complete player.
I don't know if you saw the goal against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
So normally, I think that players, when you start to gain some notoriety as a potent attacker or defender, whatever, attackers most likely, defenders start to figure your best, your roulette.
Yeah.
They know this is your go-to skill.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the
Like
top level,
Mbappe.
like Mbappe, people know that you're going to come
Down
back
near
here.
post,
You
yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So for Lookman, the most second to nature finish he has is
He's the
R2.
Ben, you know.
is the R2.
Yeah.
But his own R2 is quite it's like almost like like a rocket. It just
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
Slams it.
It just slams it in.
Yeah.
But I saw the goal against Real Madrid and there was
Bro, I
almost
didn't-
like
I
they
didn't expect that
marked
near
him
post.
completely on that side.
I did tell you.
He played the near post
Guy.
I'm sure Kuta was like,
As-
this kid actually
yeah.
beat me.
Yeah.
Because for a goalkeeper like Courtois, because of how big he is, you know, when Courtois, not many times do you see Courtois stretch,
And not get it.
despairing dive to his left,
Yeah.
and not get it because of how big he is, and Courtois is a top class goalkeeper. Maybe we need to do an episode on him.
Yeah.
Courtois is a top class goalkeeper. So when I looked at Courtois' face, he was almost embarrassed that that the guy beat him from there because it was such a brilliant strike.
Yeah.
And for Lookman is not the guy who wants so much acre of room. He doesn't want that much. Just give him half a yard.
Yeah.
You know, he wants half a
Half
yard.
chance and he buries it.
I love players like that. I love players who are very decisive. I know what I want. Get it, shoot.
You want him to replace Martinelli, right?
Yeah.
Possibly.
And it's a good point because I was going to ask. You know, we speak about players and we say, "Is this player ready to go here?" There's some players we watched Zaha, for example, and we thought, you know, anybody you spoke to would always just tell you, just leave him there. You know, just leave him there to do what he's doing at that level.
And just to add, I don't think he's a winger. He plays as a winger, but I see him as a number 10. I see him as someone who can easily slot or maybe a number 8. You know, who could play anywhere behind a striker.
Is it the closest thing to
I
a
don't.
Sadio Mane?
So I don't. I think it's hard to
It's
bring
hard.
money.
It's hard.
Because this my if you want to keep me for this one, I think that if we're not comparing the players,
Yes.
but you know what? The moment you said, is it closer to Sadio Mane? I don't think what Ini just said, for example, of you see him as a number 10, number 8. There's nothing in Mane's career during his prime that suggests that he would be able to do that to a devastating effect as a
in the
number
middle.
10 or a number 8.
In the middle.
Yes. In Mane's prime,
Relax,
I feel like
relax.
No.
No, in Mane's prime.
In Mane's prime, it was a beast that was such an aggressive winger that would get you whether you know where he won't go or you don't know where he won't go.
Yeah.
He would go there, he would get his goal, he would get a crossing, he would get an assist. Lookman seems to have more technical empathy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should use
Finesse.
that. He has more.
That's hard, man.
Mane
Yeah,
at
Mane-
Southampton, it was more expressive compared
No,
to.
I'm not talking about. I'm not.
I understand.
Don't
Listen to
don't
what he's
get me
saying.
wrong. I'm not talking about whether or not Mane is not technical or not. I'm talking about technicality, the ability to be able to play the
my leg
goal.
is shaking.
Finesse.
This
To
is
be
where I
able to
talk so.
play
Finesse.
as a number 10, number 8.
Finesse.
He said,
I agree.
I see him as a number 8, number 10.
I agree.
I think
I totally
Lookman
agree.
has that a lot more than Mane. To play as a number 8, number 9. I don't see Mane in his prime
Maybe number
as
9.
being able. Sorry, number
Maybe
8, number 10. I didn't see anything Mane in his prime being able to operate there. Knowing fully well that you might not be the guy
But
scoring
that was
the
where he
goals all
played
the
at
time.
Southampton.
No, that was not where he played.
Mane was aggressive.
No, it was dancing around
Mane
that
was
midfield.
aggressive.
No, that was not what. Mane was a left winger.
Mane was
at Southampton.
aggressive, and Mane, for his football, it was about his intensity.
Yes, it
Get
was.
on the ball and drive at people.
Yeah.
Driver people.
There's a different skill set you need
To play in the
a
pocket,
hole.
number 8, number.
It's not the same
Mane,
thing.
as much as Mane was technical in his prime,
Unamina.
as much as
No, I
Mane,
mean it.
and again, because when people go out, is that how they are comparing? No, we're not
No, why
comparing
not?
the players. We're comparing the possibility of being able to execute a particular role.
So this is what we're doing.
So Mane in his prime relied heavily on his intensity and his physicality, even though it was very technical.
Yeah.
In his prime.
I like where you're going now.
Do you
That,
understand?
that even though was.
He relied, you get before
I
they
like-
say,
I like- I like
he's
where
a
you're going
man."
now.
No, but in his prime, he relied more on his intensity, his physicality. Lookman, with how small he is, Lookman tends to quickness of thought, a few
Drop of the
drop
shoulder.
on the shoulder to get the drop on you.
Very-
it's not about his
very
power.
nimble-
So I think
very nimble-footed.
So I think
Very
what I might say Lookman has over Mane is the
Now
fact
fight
that
you they go now. When you say over, you know,
That's not where we're going.
now
No,
fight
I-
where you did.
Come back.
No,
not where we're
wait,
going.
make I
They
stand
look
entirely
for
at the
fight.
So
They go swear for you.
I
You see
think
my
I
hand
think
there.
Lookman looks to be an attacker that is more ruthless. When I mean more ruthless, yes. When
Over
I mean,
Mane.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
I tell you when you come back home.
My God!
I don't-
I tell you when you.
This talk where I start.
They go swear for your papa.
Wait,
I don't tell you
So
that.
let me. So, sorry.
They go swear for you.
This is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing, right? And guys, please stay with us because you need to. You need to comment in on this real time.
I love the conversation.
This
I love it.
is what we're doing. When a player gains notoriety, and again, this is Ademola Lookman's 3rd season doing this thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So
yeah.
we have only brought it up in the 3rd season because there is a good
Consistency.
consistency, right? When a player gains that kind of notoriety, what you want to do is think about the players who have done it the best in that position, right? I personally think that as far as inside forwards go, if you take out Ronaldo and Messi, of course, those are like 2 aliens. You take them out, the playing field is more natural for everybody, right? I think Heung-min Son Heung-min Son and Mane are the gold standards for that position.
Yeah, I agree.
There's nobody in the last.
Not the son that I saw on Sunday.
Not the son.
The son of
No,
son
the
of
son
2-3
that was getting
years
Son of the soil.
23 goals, 22 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those 2 players
Yeah.
are the standard for that position, in my opinion, right? So when I watch Lookman now, I'm thinking, is he as good as Heung-min Son or Sadio Mane?
No, he's not.
You get-
Wait,
in
hold
terms
on.
of-
Before you jump and say
no
he's not.
jump first.
Before you jump and say he's not.
close to what they can do.
No,
Well,
I disagree.
he's not.
Right now, this very moment, I think if you name Vinicius Junior, that's the only person I put over Lookman
So
now
yes.
on the left wing.
So Vini now, yeah.
That's the only person. Lookman is the best left winger in the world, bar Vinicius Junior.
I think so.
Right now, there is
I
nobody
would agree with that.
that does what he does consistently. And before now, you can say, oh, because maybe he's not doing it against the top sizes. The only
What?
thing I'm praying for with the kind of season he's having in this 3rd season, the only thing I'm praying for is that they win the league. They are currently top of the league. I pray they win it with how he's
And
going.
they look really good.
With how he's going, if they win it, he would have been very instrumental.
I
That's what I pray they do so that he can cement that he has given his team a
So
title.
I was watching the Real Madrid game, and it's very hard when a player is on losing side against man on match. You know, he was man of the match in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
It was
he was.
outstanding.
He was.
Yes.
And
It was.
for Victor Osimhen, for example, right? What we saw him do, you know, with a striker, it is expected and natural for you to score goals.
Yeah.
Right. And that's again, this is a very nuanced thing. So Victor is very imposing. Victor's physically, he's the kind of guy that because he now applies himself, it's hard to win Victor in a 1v1 duel. So, but Lookman is like this is small.
Yes, it's incredibly hard.
Right. So he has to do what he doesn't have in physicality. He has to think
Bro, his quickness of
a lot more.
And he's not the quickest. You know, we're talking about Mane and Son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the
explosive. You know another thing
It
to
doesn't.
add
It
that we
doesn't.
need to also add is how, what's the name? Gian Piero the
Gasperini, yeah.
That setup, I think more often than not, he plays Lookman as almost like a second striker / left winger. I think when he sets that is a 3-4-3 sometimes, then you know Lookman is on the left side. Or when he goes 3-5-2 or whatever, he's a striker, then he's like on the left but behind the striker. So it's almost like you're picking it up from here, but you're like behind the striker.
I think it was Mancini or no, it was the Roma coach now, Claudio Ranieri. I said, look at what Gasperini is doing at Atalanta. This we have come into this vortex of we're constantly switching managers, but that's a guy that can coach. Allow him to be there, right? You're not, and Premier League clubs are guilty of this thing, where they have a 2-season stability, 3-season stability, and they suddenly think that they can start competing for European places, right? They change managers and they find that they're
we should be doing better than that. What were you doing before?
E.g., your West Hams. E.g., your Leeds United, right? You had some stability. I know the guy there work a little bit. Crystal Palace had to go and bring back Roy Hodgson. I think Atalanta have done something simple. This is our coach, right? I think he's been there for what? 5 years?
5 years, 9 something.
9 years there about.
Pretty with that 10 or 11
and
years.
ultimately, it's yielded the results. And they've also don't forget they sold Diallo to United.
Yeah.
They've made some money with Højlund as well. So they've had a guy who knows what he's doing. He might not be your Pep Guardiola. But you see, again, this world where we live in now, where there is this appetite to be the best.
Yeah.
to crown one person and say, this one person, he's the best. And after this, every other thing is insignificant.
And you know when we're watching football, you know, when we say watch football in the 90s, 2000s, football didn't used to be like this. There was nothing like, and with due respect to Pep Guardiola, there was nothing like, oh, you're the best manager in the world. There was nothing like that because there were a lot of good managers. You know, Real Madrid get their own. You know, AC Milan get their own.
Nobody near Ferguson. I disagree with this one.
No, who?
Fergie. Nobody they near Fergie.
No. Fergie was great, but Arsene Wenger was great at the time.
Britain. No,
in Britain.
Even if there
was great.
Even if there was a conversation of Fergie being the best, it was mostly in the Premier League.
In the Premier League,
there were coaches. There was De Bosque or something.
Of course,
there was Rijkaard or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like there were top managers.
Was doing his thing.
There was Louis van Gaal. All these
there were top managers everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, there was nothing like, oh, he's the outright guy. You know, but football has just changed in many ways. Now the pressure on managers now is sometimes I just feel it's madness.
Yeah.
Bournemouth let Gary O'Neill go because he saved them. You know, they stayed in the Premier League.
But he's proving them right now.
But hold on.
He's proving it right now.
No, hold on. Managers just wake up, clubs just wake up and say, oh, we're not playing the best football. West Ham.
That's the one that gets
I hope they get relegated.
I hope they go down.
West Ham, you have David Moyes, a guy who stayed for 11 years at Everton, kept them afloat.
Because you have one conference.
No, but Moyes left now.
Took them to Europe.
No, exactly.
Moyes won the Europa Conference League.
Because he won Conference League.
That club that will not see anything.
Any title ever.
So
Moyes won that club.
And people started thinking.
He be like Roma now. I hope they too. They get relegated.
Roma, they follow me, but you know, with all due respect,
I hope they get relegated.
So I think one of the most difficult job for a manager is if you have a player, like I always say, when you have a player who has gone on loan like over and over and over again, it's not about the talent of that player, his ability anymore. It's now more of in the head, you know, psychological stuff. you don't see yourself as someone who can actually become what you wanted to be or what you want to be. So someone like Lookman now, I will not lie to you, someone that I've written off a long time ago. That's the truth, you know. Fulham, Everton,
Leicester.
Leipzig.
He go everywhere.
When he went to Atalanta, I felt same of same. He's going to
exactly.
get loaned out.
That was general feeling.
And you have a manager who made someone that doesn't even believe in himself, not just to that extent, to being nominated for African Player of the Year.
No, brilliant point.
Brilliant
African
point.
Player of the Year.
Brilliant
My
point.
bro, see, here's what I would say, right?
Managers like this should be called, you know, best managers, to be honest.
No,
Oh.
Not going to the market,
Gasperini,
not going to the market to get £100 million and saying that you're very
Exactly.
good.
So let's pick it up. Let's pick it up,
this
right?
One he loves
And
he will be there. You go come on, club
I
for
just
that
came from
place.
the airport.
let's pick it up and go forward, right? So wrapping up on Lookman, right? There are players you look at and say, leave them there. Let them do what they're doing there.
Yeah,
Don't upset the apple carts, if you like. Is he a player that, because I think about the teams that he could potentially go to and rip it up, right? I think he'll be a perfect, Amorim type player.
Not now, though.
Not now in
now,
intensity.
Not
I
now.
think he'll tear it up at Arsenal,
Please
for
stay
example.
off.
I think he can go to Arsenal now. If he's
Yeah.
coming to the Premier League right now, Arsenal, in my opinion, only place he should go to. If you're going to remain,
He wanted to go to PSG though.
if you're going to
I think
remain,
they were offering a lot
PSG
of
are coming.
money.
Yeah.
But
He was
honestly,
almost going there.
PSG are coming a small club. I'm serious. When I tuned in to watch them, and what am I watching here?
is the coach they have now.
It's not the
I'm not
coach.
watching it.
not
It
the
is-
players.
But anyway,
Not the
so-
They are
players.
rebuilding, so
But-
let's give them some time.
Can he go somewhere else, Lookman?
Arsenal, if he remains in the Serie A, at most I say, obviously go to Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, yeah.
And that
Inter
guarantees
Milan.
you more titles,
Yeah.
as you go by. But one thing I would also say is that because players get sucked in as well. A guy that has moved around the Premier League a lot, now that he's having a good time, he might have a point to prove in the
prove in
Premier
the
League.
Premier League.
Don't get
Yeah.
sucked
That's
into
the problem, yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
If
Don't
you're coming,
do it. I agree.
If the offer becomes too good to
I think
turn
you should stay
down,
off Premier League.
maybe you
You should stay
come,
off Premier League.
but don't come to the Premier League with the
With the
mindset
mindset
of,
of,
I have something
I've got
to
something
prove.
to
You have
prove.
absolutely nothing to prove. You're
Yeah.
at a place
Case in
where
point,
everything works
Lukaku.
for you. Yeah, you're at the place where everything works for you.
Yeah.
The football
Case in
style, the football style of your manager, the entire football style of the league favors you. Everything. Keep killing it, keep winning your titles, and you're fine.
Yeah. Stay there.
I think
I hope he
so.
sees this. I hope he sees this because it's a valuable advice,
Yeah.
because players get, football, you get to play 15, 20 years. You've got nothing to prove to anybody.
If you're very good.
If you're very good.
15 years if you're very good. 20 years if you're Ronaldo and Messi.
And you stay fit.
Right? Average is 10 years or 8
So,
years.
You don't have time to. Obviously, you have to prove yourself to be able to earn a professional contract. But in terms of, I have to prove myself in this league. I have to. You don't need those chips on your shoulder. You don't need it because
Yeah,
if you do it,
No problem.
you will go. Your career will take a trajectory you would not like. So I agree with what Rufai said. Allow yourself to totally enjoy what you're doing because
Yeah.
he looks like he's having fun.
Having fun.
Every time I see him,
So much confidence.
I see a smile on his face. I see him drop his shoulder.
Yeah.
I see him try things. I see him. He's so inventive.
He's at the
And-
point where they say this player is unplayable.
And
That's where he is now.
what I love about it the most is, and I think I have to add this to my criteria of when they say player is world class, you have to do it for club and country.
Yeah.
Right. Lookman, even before this notoriety, was doing it for
Yeah.
country.
Yeah. We were doing it.
He was.
He was doing
He
it.
was, so and like now, I watch Nigeria's game. Nigeria score goal. I know that Lookman go score. Like I'm sure. Like I have him more odds on to score than Osimhen.
He's
Yeah,
the
of
best.
course.
He's
Of
the
course.
best.
He's our best player.
He's our
at
best
the
the
player.
best player
At
on
the
Super
moment,
Eagles right
yeah.
now.
At the moment, yeah.
But that any.
Yeah.
He has proven that time and time. He was our
I
best.
don't know the-
Maybe you could argue.
After
AFCON, he was our best
was our
player.
best player.
He was our
Baba,
best.
so it's okay.
Man, I don't do it to that talk.
No, man, me, I don't talk
it's
about
what
it.
it
He's
is.
our best player.
He's our best player.
talk-
Wait till
Yeah,
happen.
no.
Right.
We don't keep person.
Let's pick that up. Let's pick that up.
Wait till you want fights.
Let's go to another. Let's go to another player.
Yeah, I like fights.
Quickly before we have two or three more topics, but I want to speak about Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
and
Brilliant.
in the
gonna
last
leave that my
in the
boy
last
in
week,
the-
right? I've seen a very good player. You get score 2 good penalties, and honestly, if I didn't watch the games, I would have thought was the Ballon d'Or done this week? Cole Palmer was everywhere.
Yeah.
Palmer, analysis, 2 penalties. analysis everywhere. What's happening?
In think pieces.
Everywhere.
Videos everywhere.
I saw the game. He's a good though. I'm the first in this season to say this kid is the best player in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You get. But now off the back of 2 penalties.
It didn't even really make sense to me that he got the man of the match.
So and that's another thing that should be
I
scrapped.
thought it was unfair on
Sancho.
on Enzo Fernandez. I thought
it was.
I thought Enzo was brilliant.
Enzo. I've said it for 2025. I've said it for 2025.
We'll
meet there.
You don't let her rest.
We'll meet there.
Yeah. Is that scheduling for 2025?
Is he off your front row?
Right now he's down the pecking order.
He has dropped from like number 2. No, who they top
Top
the
there we are. Right now.
That's
Yeah.
No. Garnacho is number 1. Garnacho is number 1. I know he's 19 years old, but he's number 1 in front of 1.
Lay off that boy, please.
I put him highly on there. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Saka. And I was gonna. Oh my goodness me! My computer is not here, but the stats I saw in summary is he is tied with Mo Salah for most goals and assists in the Premier League this season. On this trajectory, by April, he might be the 4th youngest player to do 100 goals, 100 goal involvements in the Premier League, in company of Rooney, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, right?
That is incredible company.
And people speak about him. I was just gonna ask, why isn't he spoken about as generational talent?
I'll tell you.
Because
people say,
relax. You're an Arsenal fan.
You think about players
I thought that was
that have been put in that bracket. You talk about Cole Palmer. People say that's generational talent.
Yeah.
You watch to feel that Foden say that's generational talent. Mason Greenwood, that's generational talent. But all those players there haven't done
half
of what Saka has done.
Yeah.
Right? They haven't come close. And I'm just thinking, the things that other players get praised for, he almost doesn't. He scored 2 goals in the midweek, right? And I guarantee you won't see the kind of reviews Cole Palmer got this week for Saka. And he assisted the last one.
I think it's down to the football club. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. There are clubs you play for, and you naturally get the PR. No disrespect to Arsenal. I've always said it that Arsenal is a team that when a player gets to a very high performance level, you're already looking at bigger clubs to go to.
That's not it's not happening again. It used to be that. Stop that nonsense. That's
you must be punchy.
What nonsense talk is this?
So I think
that's how Madrid say.
I think
bring 400 million. If you want Saliba, 400
million man wait.
1, 2, 3, 4. I hate you.
Now that doesn't
But you know they approve it and top finish. Because if you be big club, nobody go reason Saliba.
Anybody can come for anybody. Now whether you go or not.
400.
I think it's down to the PR. I think Arsenal themselves needs to take it upon themselves to push content for Saka.
So wait, IBK, let me respond directly.
So basically, does he need to leave Arsenal to become
No.
Because Saka is not a superstar in the sense of Mbappe. Do you understand?
Yet,
right? And I kind of see where IBK is going. That some clubs don't have the platform to propel you to.
I was put on the spot on Monday. Sorry,
right.
I was put on the spot on Monday at Computer Village. I went to sort out wifey's laptop.
Right.
And I was just sat with this guy who was working. I'm just sat there minding my business. I hear two guys walking and they're speaking Yoruba. They're talking football, obviously laughing. I could hear from the one guy's voice that he was an Arsenal fan.
Right.
The other guy was obviously a Chelsea fan. He greeted me when he walked in. And then I'm just sitting there minding my business, pressing my phone. The guy says, "Excuse me, are you part of the podcast?" I said, "Yes." "Are you hindsight?" "While I don't start." He said, "You say Chelsea no go."
You must analyze for it.
He said Chelsea no go beat Tottenham. And then he popped the question. He said, "Is Cole Palmer world class?" I said, "No." He now said,
"Just for you go on."
No, wait.
This is what you're talking about, true and a lie.
No, not true. True story.
Check out.
He now asked, Is Saka world class? I said no.
You said no.
I said no. And why? Wait.
Go it again.
No, he asked me.
Cole Palmer world class? No.
He's a Chelsea fan. He asked me Cole Palmer world class. I said no. He said Saka world class because he knows I'm an Arsenal. I said no. And this is why I brought this up because I want to answer that question.
Yeah.
Which is why I said I agreed with IBK for a reason. Saka cannot be world class if he doesn't win a trophy. And that's why that's why the conversation around
Is Kane world class?
Eh?
Is Kane world class?
No, hold on now.
No, yes. No, you have to. You have to. No, wait. No, you have to. You have.
Flesh and blood. Flesh and blood. You went that one way.
No, hold on. You have to. With Kane, the conversation is different because you cannot look away from the numbers that bro was doing in the Premier League.
I agree.
With Kane, he wasn't winning trophies, but that was down to the club he was playing for, not down to his personal ability. But coming back to Saka, you have to win a trophy. You have to, because you are playing for Arsenal, you have to win a trophy. Something has to accompany what you're doing. That's why you cannot be.
He's won trophies.
Eh?
He's won trophies.
Senior man, let me tell you. First of all, Senior man, let me tell you.
He won the FA Cup.
I disagree. First of all, I disagree.
He won the FA Cup.
First of all, I disagree.
They won the FA Cup, but
because in my opinion, world class is doing it at the highest level consistently.
Yeah.
Right? Doing it when it matters. Also,
influence.
Consistently. Influence. You can't say on the one hand, even though I agree with you that with Harry Kane, the conversation is different because the numbers he was doing was just incredible. You can't say, even though I agree with that, but you can't on the one hand say Saka can be world class because he hasn't won trophies and then say Kane is world class because he has won titles and then say, oh, Kane didn't win titles because of the club that he's in. No, Saka hasn't won titles because of the club he's in too. Because if Saka was in another club, first of all, let's get something straight. Saka is the best right winger in the world.
No, maybe Salah.
No,
Bar Salah.
Yeah, Salah
right?
is better.
So you're talking top 2 in the world. If he was playing for another team, he will be playing with people that are top 2, top 3 in the world as well. As a number 9.
Right.
So the reason he hasn't won titles is because of the club he plays for 2. If he was playing for Man City, he has won more titles.
Right.
So effectively, right? I like the point you make about the world class thing because it's important to mention the club you play for. But something just back in my head, and it's like when you say best right winger in the world, I agree totally. You know, Mo Salah is the best right winger in the world. I think Saka is a close second, right?
Then Lamine Yamal top.
Oh, shut up then.
Shut up.
That's what was good.
I just didn't wait.
You know,
Yamal came to my mind.
I just didn't wait.
That's what was good. I was like,
I said, how is Yamal not in this conversation? I just didn't wait. I said, person will mention Yamal now.
You see, when we're having serious conversations, right? You can put some things down and say this one I'll put it down in sand.
Yeah.
Saka is better than Yamin Lamau.
Yeah, right now he is.
Right now, yeah.
He is.
You get.
Yamal has a lot of potential.
So let's stop that nonsense, right?
Of course.
Where Saka, I see people say Yamal is better. I'm like,
No.
See, let me tell you.
what's wrong with you people?
Let me tell you. This Saka thing that you said. Let me tell you. This Saka thing that you said. Oh, he's not world class, and you started. You know.
So it's Saka world class.
He is absolutely. There is absolutely no doubt. I'll tell you why. Do you know one thing I'm proud? One of the things that I'm very proud of in my talking about Saka was that on this podcast early on, I said it. Phil Foden doesn't come close on this podcast. You cannot playing at that level. Saka was. We just talked about Lookman growing into what he is now. Saka was the most important player. Has been the most important player in the Arsenal team since he was 19. Yeah. Or even 18.
Yeah.
17 actually made his debut in Champions League.
He's been the most important player in that squad up until now. Look, Odegaard is fantastic. We talked about how important he is to that team. I don't think he's more important than Saka.
I think that opinion has been reviewed and agreed.
Right now.
Saka is the most important Arsenal player.
So, and he has been that for that long. So what if they haven't won trophies? If it was another team in 2-3 years into Arteta's rebuild, they've bought some of the best players. They've won everything.
Yeah.
You talk about, the reason you haven't won the Premier League is because of your squad depth. That's not Saka's fault. He has done his bit. He's the best in the world.
Yeah.
But Mo Salah, you can't say he's not the best. He's not world class then. He has done it at that level, consistently against the biggest boys in the Premier League, against the biggest boys,
I still feel.
I have to agree with
even in country level.
Even country level. Look at what he did with England.
I have to come in here, right? I think that both IBK and Rufai make very salient points, and I'm inclined to take very important notes of the points they've made. I just sense, right, that we've sort of like lowered the bar for a world-class player, right? It's subconscious. We've all just subconsciously lowered the bar for world-class players. Because I think something should be clear in football conversations. That when we say, is Ronaldinho world-class? Right? And you say, absolute yes. Being that there's no other word higher than world-class to put him into. It's like, playing game, advanced, right? So you say Ronaldinho is world-class. I feel uncomfortable, right? Saying Saka world-class in the same breath.
That's unfair.
No, I'm just, no, I'll bring it down. But do you feel comfortable when you say, is Zidane world class? Yes. Ronaldinho.
Anybody will say Zidane world class, make thunder strike him. Why would you say Zidane is that thing called world class? Right. Zidane is that thing that people are trying to be.
You say Roberto Carlos, right?
Yeah.
Like world class defender. Like world class.
But because all these people are calling, because they finished their career.
Hold on. Cafu, world class, right? Zanetti, was he world class?
World class.
World class.
Are you kidding me?
Right. When you say Rio Ferdinand, was he world class?
Of course.
Of course he was world class.
Question, a quick one.
Right. John Terry, was he world class? World class.
Question, Yuri.
When you say
A quick question.
Hold on. When you add is Saliba world class, you just immediately feel like that company is not his company.
A quick question.
Now because it is their
quick
career
question.
Or you say
no.
Go for it.
Was Joan Roman Riquelme, was he world class?
Oh, world class.
No,
No, he wasn't world class.
Cinnamon answer.
Riquelme wasn't world class.
He wasn't.
It was.
No,
He wasn't.
Riquelme
I was
I think it was.
No, he wasn't.
Riquelme was. Guy, Riquelme was. Not the way he was playing.
Hold on.
Riquelme was not world class.
was Riquelme.
Wait.
I take that back.
Is Joan Roman Riquelme world class?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I take it back. I take it back.
Riquelme.
When they give out this name, I don't know.
I take it back.
Riquelme was playing for what? The Yellow Submarine.
Villarreal, yes.
He was second on the list of world best playing for Villarreal.
No, even at world best, you won't use.
I'm telling you how he did
Pure
that not by
talent,
scoring a lot of goals or not.
no.
This brother was oh my God, what a player.
Okay.
Was Michael Senna world class?
Of course he
So what I'm
was.
talking about.
Marcus Senna was world class.
The reason I brought that up is
So
as much as
before they go say you're using
Is Rudiger world class?
Rudiger.
Yes.
Rudiger's not world class.
Baba, how do you come out?
the break studio.
No. Rudiger. No.
I became up by me now.
Now you married Hussein Lafa.
I became up by me.
Sit down.
No serious.
I can sit down.
I became
Let's bring it back home. Right?
bring it home.
Let's bring it home. Right. So the players we just mentioned, right?
Oh my
The players we
goodness.
just mentioned. We mentioned Riquelme. We mentioned even though I don't think
One Riquelme.
yeah.
There are very few people above that guy. Very few people.
Ronaldinho, your Zidane, your Javier Zanetti, your was Abidal world class?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Abidal wasn't world class, right?
Sorry, now that
Hold
penalty
on.
when you lose against Arsenal, Naim.
Hold on. Was Lucio world class, for example?
Lucio was world class. Are you
Riquelme.
kidding
Right,
me?
right.
Lucio.
Right.
Lucio.
So the point is, when you start bringing it down to the generations of top performers now,
Yeah.
right? You say, is Heung-min Son world class?
Yes.
That's
No, it's not a trick question. It's not a trick question.
He is.
We'll go near this table.
You don't see him.
No, it's not a trick question. I don't know too.
You be what I'm about to say will solve the problem.
Right.
See, why I said
Mr.
that was
Fix-It.
why I said that was unfair when you said, "Oh, Ronaldinho, Zidane," it doesn't feel right to put this person in this company. That's unfair because
But do you know that if I say Kaka, you won't feel.
I don't have a problem.
Kaka is world class.
I don't have a problem.
Of course.
Of course. The point I'm trying to make is why I said it's unfair. We talked about errors as well here. So what needs to happen is we need to have a definition of what world class is that can apply across eras. We can't do, these were the world class of this era, so the anybody we want to use as world class too must match in talent or in. That's unfair.
You know,
we are never going to be able to solve the problem.
I think
with all the names we've mentioned, apart from Riquelme, with all the names we've mentioned, something significant ties all these players together. And that's the fact that they were serial winners.
Yep, they were.
They were winners. They were always winning for their teams, which is why I still insist that there has to be a certain level of success, tangible success to your talent for us to be able to say you are world class.
I do not disagree with you completely. But what I'm saying is that
it's unfair.
That should be a plus.
It's unfair.
It's really unfair.
I think it should be a plus.
Listen to this.
If you take trophies away, if you say if football had no end game, which is winning trophies and titles and all of that, do I think Saka is world class? Because if you have to look at Saka's numbers, Saka's numbers, and I'm not joking, Saka's numbers for the past 5 seasons have been this. I need to get my computer. This. His numbers have not. There's not a season where he had better numbers. The season before.
Yeah.
His numbers are here.
Steady improvement.
But those are the criteria for world class.
And that is that's the criteria for world class. Saka's had this season already. This is December. Saka's had 21 goal and assist.
In December. It's incredible.
That is staggering. Because if you're looking at those numbers alone in isolation, then the player is world class.
Man, listen to this. To this. You keep saying, success, winning titles, all these names that we mentioned, they were serial winners. I don't completely disagree with that. But you have to understand, for example, you mentioned Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho played with who? David Villa, at some point, Samuel Eto'o. Where is Saka's Samuel Eto'o? He played with Xavi. That's why I keep telling you. You cannot say for someone like Saka in his context. We need to be aware and alive to how this particular context might be different.
Guys, I'm just gonna have to. Sorry, because my comment is gonna go off. I'm gonna read out Saka's numbers that I was. Look, so you watch a player and the numbers are not apparent, right? Ah shit, my computer's gone off.
They're not jumping at you.
Not jumping
because
at you.
People are not singing. You look at, for example, when I saw Cole Palmer last year against Man City, I was like, we might be onto a generational talent. But under no circumstance should you bring Cole Palmer now, this very moment, to Saka. I see the signs, I see the potential.
Yeah.
But that's what we're talking about is you have to do it consistently to the point where, look, you are consistently the most important player. You drag your team, like you said, titles, but the context Saka is operating in, I think, is not the same.
So let me read these numbers, right? So debut in 2018, it's 17-year-old player. Numbers are quite extraordinary, to be fair, right? He's played 7 Champions League games, the Emirates, scored 7 times, 4 assists, right? Since the start of last season, only Harry Kane, Vinicius Jr. and Griezmann have been involved in more Champions League goals than Saka, right? Saka has 8 goals and 6 assists. Kane, of course, has 18. Vinny is doing 16. Griezmann is doing 13, right? So if you accumulate, Saka's, aggregates, it is 8 plus 6. That's a very good number. That's 14, right? In that same period of time, right, he has both scored and assisted in a single Champions League game on 5 occasions, more than any other player, right? That time frame is since the start of last season, right? Now, this season, Mo Salah is the only Premier League player with a more goal involvement than Saka. Saka has 28 goal involvement. Saka has 21 in all competitions. Now, in the Premier League, Saka has 96 goal involvements, 52 goals, 44 assists, and as long as he reaches 100 before the end of April, he will become the 4th youngest ever player to do so. It reached the milestone I mentioned already: Fowler, Rooney, Michael Owen. And the scary thing for me is that I think it's going to get better.
So this is my definition of when you want to see someone is world class. I feel that you being consistent enough on the highest level, having the statistics to back it up. And I feel that trophy should be an icing on the cake, not the cake itself. Because you are talking about individual talent, individuality, not as a collective.
You should talk about your influence on your team.
Unfortunately, playing team sports.
Influence,
that's the unfortunate thing.
Influence on your team. Like you made mention of Harry Kane. Baba, if you look at the numbers Harry Kane did for Spurs, it is only right that he should have won a trophy.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
So you can't take that away from someone who has done
shame on him. He's an Arsenal boy. He went to Tottenham.
Baba, so don't. So anyway, I beg, no talk. Say Saka no world class. For the sake of this table, I beg.
So Saka world class.
He still doesn't believe. So give
I
him
still
some
stick
time.
to my guns.
I stick to it as well. I don't think he's world class. Because I think the bar is for world class is too low. But maybe we have to get to where the fire was going and say, look, what is the parameter that makes it all right to say
Exactly.
this player in this era is world class? In that era was world class as well.
Another thing,
you think he's
How many
world class?
trophy Requirement win?
Another thing, exactly.
How
Another
many
thing,
trophy you win?
Let's wrap it on Saka.
Another thing is that, like I was talking about eras. When you look at this particular era now, for example, where's the Ronaldinho of this era? Where's the Zidane of this era?
Yeah.
That's Saka. These are the people leading this era.
I'm sorry, it's not.
No, I'm saying
No,
like
I
this
agree.
era, like
Those
were the people that were leading that era.
The names
These are the people leading this era.
Them we go here now.
These are the people leading this era
If
now.
you count top,
If you count the leaders of this
top
era now,
performers.
Vinicius.
for instance, if you come to the Premier League and say top 5 performers,
Don't forget
in the-
though, when Ronaldinho was playing, you get then Robin then D.
I
You
know
get?
now.
So there was Ronaldinho, then there was then Robin level.
What I'm
Do you
asking now
understand?
is what I'm asking now
There was
is
them.
See Ronaldinho. Make Ronaldinho put Ronaldinho.
What
Yeah,
I'm
there was
asking-
there was
That's why he's
Ronaldinho-
right.
what I'm asking now is where are those people now?
Yeah,
Where's
compare
Ronaldinho?
eras.
Where's the Robin?
That's why
Where's
he's
the-
right.
It's a really
That's
good
what I'm
point.
asking.
I think you can compare eras. For
Exactly.
Sure. For sure.
Cannot, yes.
What I'm saying is that I don't feel comfortable, right?
So,
That's you now.
so are you saying we only have like 2 world class players in the world now?
No, I think in the history of the game, right? When you say this player is world class, it should be an undisputed. Like you say it, and the whole room goes.
I keep saying this thing.
Yeah.
All the players you mentioned that finished their career. That's my point. They don't finish their
Saka
career.
dey so. Now Arsenal they stay in white.
Thank you.
No, honestly,
If Saka don't win Premier League, don't win a couple things, there is no way he's not in
As in-
Ballon d'Or conversations.
I agree.
With the
For
numbers he's having.
For
Now
sure.
Arsenal they
For
stay
sure.
in white.
And the best part of everything he's
Oh,
doing,
God.
right, is the things that, for example, the things that. So Bellingham is called generational talent, right?
Yeah.
Right. I don't think Bellingham has not done what Saka's done in the game. I'm sorry.
But is
According
it
to
world
Bellingham,
class?
I
They'll
think
tell you yes.
But they tell you he's world class.
because he has gone to Real Madrid, he has won Champions
But,
League. he has won-
but if I ask you, forget what they say. Is Bellingham world class?
They want
No.
the money where Madrid they pay the PR people. They know they pay players.
No, see, even aside PR, it was something else I was about to say. Even aside PR, you know, get as they no do PR for you go like Bellingham, you go into the club,
Of
you score
course.
20 goals and you win
Guy,
the Champions League, you win the
sharp,
league.
sharp.
What do you think is gonna happen?
Sharp.
Is Bellingham world class?
He should
Yes,
hold first.
he is. He is.
He should hold first.
Somebody said that Bellingham is Scott McTominay of.
I like
Is it
him.
Ronaldo Scott McTominay?
I think that's
What kind of insult is
I
that?
think that's a slander on his name. He should sue whoever said it.
McTominay knows how to play ball. I didn't see McTominay for Napoli. Now, McTominay knows how to play
They
ball. I'm
know-
not joking.
They know before now.
Wait, useless person. If you go the whole ball like this, you go see person this space like this. McTominay no get hand for any pass where players if he play passing between players, he has no base.
Nah, easy
In
one.
parts now, person where they close to touchline
Easy
or person where they he vex me. He had no. If they
tread past
between, you know, he had.
I say-
McTominay will
I
not
say-
come
By the
back.
way,
You
Anguissa-
hear Napoli players
Anguissa
say,
did-
play the ball, play the ball.
And Anguissa do that thing too, but they vex me.
Wait, that-
And Anguissa too, they do that thing, but they vex me.
No, Anguissa na baller.
He be
Anguissa na
baller,
baller.
but he said,
Anguissa they play through.
Anguissa na baller.
If you watch
Don't be saying-
Napoli, I watch Napoli every weekend, bro.
As opposed to saying Bellingham is the
Ronaldo Scott McTominay.
Ronaldo's the right thing to say is I think Bellingham is the Frank Lampard of the Zidane archetype.
Yeah.
That's the right thing to say. Bellingham is like the Frank Lampard
Yeah.
of the Zidane archetype.
Yeah, of course.
Before they go talk, say they compare Bellingham to Zidane.
Yeah, of course.
But there
Of
are
course, I agree.
similarities.
I don't agree with that kind of.
No,
There
I
are
agree.
similarities in terms of how.
You see Lampard.
No,
you
you see Lampard.
Goal scoring
wait.
as well.
Jesus.
You see
Wait,
Lampard.
don't call him this.
No, wait. When Lampard was, and Lampard doesn't get a lot of credit.
He doesn't.
Lampard doesn't get a lot of credit for his ability.
Just wait.
No, wait.
first.
Lampard doesn't get a lot of
I
credit
think
for his
I'm
ability.
well before I talk out.
Because when you think about Lampard, people think about breaking his neck.
That's the only thing they think about.
Shooting from outside. Nobody.
He was a brilliant passer.
He was a
brilliant passer.
Lampard was a brilliant footballer. He was a tidy footballer. So leave all this talk about.
It doesn't be like 3 times.
No, Lampard was a brilliant passer.
He was a brilliant passer. Actually,
no. See. That brilliance is reserved for Paul Scholes.
No, come on now. Lampard was a brilliant passer.
You know everybody.
Paul Scholes gets it on.
You see what you do now? Now we don't talk brilliant passer now. You bring Paul Scholes.
No.
Because now some of the top Saka, you bring Ronaldo. You see what you do?
No, I don't bring Ronaldo. I don't say
Paul Scholes na world class. Paul Scholes na world class.
Paul Scholes was world class. Don't try that. Don't try that. Don't try
Why you talk and they laugh?
Don't try it.
You don't say you don't fuck up.
Don't try it.
Why you talk and they laugh?
This is what you talk. I don't talk outside.
There are day table with Roy Keane. There are day table with Roy Keane. They ask you who was your most difficult position. Roy Keane feels saying that. They say that Roy Keane. I say, who be this idiot? He said Paul Scholes. He said I had sleepless nights about that man,
bro.
Because he said the man was so small that every time he got on the ball, you were just trying to catch him. Like, where is he? Where is he,
bro?
Don't talk that thing on. Big Paul Scholes fan. Don't try it. We used to call him Paul the Apostle.
See, let's get back to point.
Let's leave it. Anybody want to get the point right here?
They should continue.
Continue.
Let's do the rest in the comment section.
Let the rest continue.
Let's do the rest in the comment section.
Anyway, this episode is actually brought to you by GigaWin, and GigaWin is still rocking with us for December, so we're still looking forward to giving out some of those interesting top-ups, and I've been promised all top-ups will be done before Christmas Day, so apologies for all those who haven't gotten right. Anyway, so we're done with Saka. Let's move on to another player. Not a player now. Let's go on to another football club we haven't talked about enough. And, no prizes for guessing. I think we've got to talk about Liverpool and touch base and just establish what we have witnessed in the first, the last 6 months of the year. And, I think that, when a manager like Klopp leaves a football club, there's such an influence that you almost are tempted to almost attribute the success of the new guy subconsciously to the old guy's hard work. But I think that there comes a point where, to the conscious mind, and we, watch this game with a bit more detail, you have to stop and say, what has Klopp done better? That has taken the club from a top 4 contender and out of steam club, exhausted, flat energy, to a club that is just on the front foot.
You mean Slot, not Klopp?
Klopp, right? Yeah, there's a bit of a tongue twister there. So what has he done that has brought Liverpool to? I'll start with IBK on this one here.
So I think when a manager like Klopp leaves the club,
Klopp leaves the club,
you easily attribute the success back to him, because I think the footprint is still there. His players are still the ones there. Slot hasn't signed anyone yet. So I think I will start judging him maybe from his signings.
We listen here. We don't judge. By the way, how did that thing start?
Maybe from
I've looked for the origin of that thing. I'm looking for where it is.
So we
listen, we don't judge.
We listen, we don't judge. People
we
talk
judge
nonsense.
you talk nonsense. Anything where your eyes
that we listen, we don't judge. Person say murderers edition. Tell us you don't see that for Twitter. Tell us who you don't kill. No, we no go judge you.
DSS.
More than they play too.
Which guy nonsense play with that?
DSS just open accounts.
People are playing with their life. Even you will tweet that you don't judge. They should pick you.
That's the first person you arrest.
They should pick you.
First person you arrest.
So I think Slot is a top manager, but I still feel that the spirit of Klopp is still around. That Liverpool.
Is it so this week? In this last week, I've seen him say something like, "I'm trying to figure out if he was being modest or if he was being honest." Right? He said, "Look, to be fair, Klopp made it very easy for me to arrive here, and I just find it hard to believe that because the manager held the PA system and sang, an anthem, that I'm wondering how much power could that possibly have had?
He would have such power. I mean, when you stay for a club for that long, you have the right, not the right, maybe you have the capital to say, you know what, I can pick a guy for you. You know, I can speak to someone. I feel like this guy shares some ideologies that I think can work with this club. He has the energy to take this club from where I've stopped. You know, so I get the feeling, because if he didn't have a say in it, I don't think he would do that announcement like that.
I don't think he had a say in it.
I don't think he had a say in it.
I think what he did, I think it's one of the most gracious things anybody has ever done for anybody. Right. Obviously, the first person I saw do it was Alex Ferguson.
Yes, Alex.
You know, he said, "Look, you have to support the new manager.
Stick
right?
to the new."
But that one, the team done this
to the new level
because he sang a song.
sang a song.
You know, he gave the fans a song already for the new manager.
Because what that tells me, sorry, I keep coming in, right? So what that tells me is that that's a guy that has. I don't think that song existed.
No, he heard the song.
I don't think
he heard the song.
That song was in Feyenoord.
He heard the song. I don't know. I don't know if it's
he
Liverpool.
cannot be at Liverpool.
He cannot be at Liverpool.
Yeah, he heard the song. So he said, I heard this. When he heard the song way before, then he now raised it up. Then everyone now followed, and that was it. But I'm sure he heard the song.
I think certainly it helps for the mood, to create a positive feeling already before the new manager comes. I think it helps with that. As with regards to
to what degree?
I would find it very hard to believe that club did not have a say in the process of finding a successor.
No, they probably asked him a few questions. He's been there for so long.
Sure
They probably asked him, but I don't think he picked because
maybe picked is the
because that's what they were trying to make it look like. Oh, club picked his successor. I don't think that was what it was.
No, club didn't. I follow the story. He didn't pick a successor.
Exactly. So
because clubs like, I mean, of course, clubs like that, a club like that would be so well run that they would, you know, would have told the club earlier that he was going to leave at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So I'm very sure that the process of finding a successor would have started a long time ago.
Yeah.
No, but I'm very sure he would have had an opportunity to speak to Slot and say, you know, let's have a conversation about.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm very sure. So
that's
that's why I'm saying that he would have had a say in the process.
Of course.
And I'm also certain that if Slot rubbed him off the wrong way, I'm very sure he would have mentioned it to the club and say, you know what, I don't think this guy has something, or this guy might be a problem in terms of how he wants to work and all of that. So that's why I say he was clearly part of the process to find his successor. He may not have been the guy who said this guy, you know, this guy should be, but I'm sure that somehow in the process he was there.
I just think like what you be asked in terms of what has he done that has turned a supposed top 4 team to a team that looks to be, you know, about to be running away with the title. I think it's system.
Yeah.
I think where they are now is a place where for everybody in the football world, most people in the football world that were commentating on Liverpool when Klopp was about to leave and before this season started can say we were wrong, because everybody believed that because they didn't sort out, because we're all looking at it from the perspective of what Klopp used to do with that team. He used to play 4-3-3. He needed someone in the middle that was a tough tackler that could get the job done. You know, Fabinho, then Ronaldo, but they don't have that now. And because they don't have it might create a problem. They are not solid enough. That was the only angle perspective we're looking at it from. Slot came and brought a system that sort of he has papered over that weakness that we thought they had. I think the weakness is still there, but the system that he plays he has papered over that this very moment. And obviously because the team that he met has a spine.
What's the system he plays?
No, I think he plays 4-2-3-1, right? Klopp left.
I'm more conservative.
That plays 4-3-3. Gone, bam, let's go forward. His team now, I think one of the disadvantages of what Klopp used to do was the fact that at the highest level of Klopp's Liverpool, when they were like blowing everybody away, there was something about them where you give them the ball, concede possession to them, and sometimes they don't know what to do with it. They will rather run at you, take it in your half, and immediately turn it into an attack and score. Give them the ball, let them pass it around, and they almost don't know how to like walk it around, because the midfielders that they had were not midfielders that would shred passes.
Yeah.
They weren't those kind of guys. They were midfielders that would work hard and win it in your half.
Direct.
Transitions.
Transitions.
And that's why Klopp still has some glory to take.
Yeah.
Because
This
he
team-
bought McAllister.
Yep.
He bought Gravenberch.
yeah.
And guess what? Those two players are flourishing now because they are more suited to how this guy wants to play.
Because he's not playing, for example, he's not playing Gravenberch as the guy only in the middle that would
Yeah,
look
that would
to
do the
do.
work.
No, he's not. He's playing a two. And even sometimes he even plays McAllister beside him.
Or
deep
Curtis Jones.
as well.
McAllister was struggling on the club
Yeah, he was.
because
Was he?
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
because
I think
It was-
I think it's unfair
He
to
didn't
single
just
out.
get to
No,
that
no,
level.
when you say, yeah,
He
exactly.
did-
It's not like he was
he
playing
wasn't
bad. It's
struggling,
like
but
when
he
you
just-
know McAllister,
Yeah,
that's
that level.
That's what we're
because
talking
the
about.
level of
It's unfair.
football, the level of football club was playing, is not for McAllister. McAllister doesn't have the intensity to run. McAllister wants to slow the game down. And that's why Liverpool play that. If you see Liverpool now, Liverpool are not interested in beating you 5-0.
Yeah.
They're not interested.
They want
don't
control a bit more.
care. Liverpool don't mind scoring a 91-minute winner.
Yeah.
They are ready to wait for their time.
Yeah.
So they will keep the ball, Gravenberch in midfield, McAllister on the ball, keep the ball moving around. And this is what these players have loved more. What's his name now? Robertson. Robertson understands that under Klopp, I was the guy
have to get forward
marauding
immediately.
left. He's not
He
doing
stopped
that
that, yeah.
anymore.
He stopped it.
Because we're now playing a more controlled game, which favors the players. That's why the players are absolutely enjoying it because they don't have to do gongo. Even Mo Salah is not making as much runs as he's not running at people. He's almost like in a
It's not-
consult.
I think this is the season where I've seen him do his most creative work.
Yeah,
He's like looking for people.
He's almost like
forcing out passes.
on a consultative role now. Just give me the ball, make runs, I'll play it in.
Yeah.
Very few times, but under Klopp, Mo Salah is quick. He has deceptive pace.
Man.
That bros is quick. That bro,
Gone.
they like give us. I don't know what he they do. Play ball. I saw him against Newcastle. Ball over the top.
Gone.
The pace this guy showed was scary. So that's why the players are enjoying it. So I don't think you can particularly take Klopp out of it because he's
Right
still
now
his
you
players.
can't,
You
because it's
can't,
still the
because
spine that he
he's
built.
still his players.
Still his players,
Yeah. So,
Yeah. I also think it's an important point to note, and you guys make a brilliant point. Again, I'm asking the questions, but I'm also honestly asking the questions because I really don't know sometimes. But like Ini explained it, I get it totally. I think it's also easy to go from being a transition team when players are getting a bit older, and you ask them to slow down, keep the ball. But I think they prefer it.
Yeah.
Because you see with Man City now, for example, Man City, high press, go, squeeze, return the ball back.
Energy no dey
Energy no dey again. Kevin De Bruyne is not going to do that
Yeah.
anymore.
You know they make
Express
those
me.
runs
You want
again.
kick Gundogan? What do you mean that make Gundogan lazy? Remove me from this game.
I don't.
Before I-
Massive players, believe me, massive players will tell Pep one of these days, say, Oga, we don't win 4 Premier Leagues in a
What
row.
happened?
We don't win Champions League.
What
Oga,
do you want?
Finish 5th. Rest. Go and play Europa League. Rest. Don't stress me.
We
Pep
enjoy
go
it.
say, over my dead body.
They go tell her one of these days.
You are joking, but you watched the Ruben Diaz interview. I think 1 week ago, and he said, "I hope you're talking to a player that won 4 Premier." I said, bro, that question they asked you.
Which show?
So now those things they get
Which
together.
one? Pull out medal like
Pull out
this.
medal.
Why
Small
would I be
play.
text?
Small play.
Come on.
Now I get the gas come out.
But
They've
just
seen it. They've seen it.
One thing that they vex.
just to wrap on Liverpool, right? And this is my take on them. I find that when I see their team play, you just sense that what Ini said is important. They're not interested in winning 4-0, but you know that they have this. We will finish the games strongly.
Yeah.
Right. We'll finish the game strongly. I sense that they always have one extra gate to go into.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do. You see that?
It's almost like with Klopp. If they didn't, if in the first 25 minutes of the game they didn't hit
Yeah.
that
Klopp
thing,
starts
you know,
here.
say
Yes.
you give non-sport be that.
Yes, now you remember that
Klopp starts
the
here, but
Klopp's
Yeah.
prime.
Slot.
So,
Slot
the-
good.
is like
Would they
it's
give
like
different
if we need
levels?
To, and honestly, this is
Different levels,
why I
yeah.
want to give him. This is why I
lot of
want
credit.
to give him credit
Slot,
because
yes.
that is fundamentally down to the manager.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the players are when you put player on the pitch to start a game, the player wants to play his best game. Any minute he's on the ball, right? So I don't think players are necessarily except the really really best ones. Maybe like your Xavis or your Cruzes or your Messis. Are thinking, I know we're going to hurt them. Let's deceive them for a bit. But I think the normal players are going to play their best game when you put them on the pitch. So go back to Slots, and why I want to give him credit is when I watch his teams and they having an extra gear, it's almost as if he sees the game in the point. He knows that this is now. This 5-6 minutes window, this is where we win. If we don't win here, we're going to stay for the draw. Don't lose the game. That's the biggest credit I can give him.
Yeah, I also think that, we've not given him credit for... I know I mentioned system. He changed the system. The players enjoy it more now. I also feel like the players are more... The players are now... They are more protected, one, and they are more... they have better advantages now. So see, for example, we're talking about Saka's numbers being incredible. Have you seen Salah's? This is December.
Yeah. Bastard.
Salah has what, 20, 28?
I don't know where this guy goes.
This is December.
Yeah.
So
Scary,
now,
man.
as opposed to
guess what?
15 or something Premier League goals already.
Guess what? He wasn't. He wasn't the Ballon d'Or nominee.
He wasn't. So
ridiculous.
So I think back in it, like you just said, on that club, when they play the 4-3-3, you can play a long pass from midfield. He's running onto it. Now there's a bit more tactical solutions from the manager in, we're playing, okay, this team is defending deep. Okay, we're going to do... So Salah is just needs to appear in the pocket. Mostly doesn't need to do all the time, I'm running at people. Now he just needs to appear in the right time, the ball arrives, he scores.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's just in the box at the perfect time, the ball comes, he bends it in.
Yeah.
So those tactical solutions they're helping the players too.
Yeah.
We're talking Salah. Everybody's making noise about Salah, but there are other players that we're not making noise about them in terms of like they are not necessarily in a very high level of form, but their numbers have improved too.
Yeah.
Luis Diaz has probably scored, I think, just two less than everything he scored last season.
And
their numbers have
the only
improved
person we know improve. This guy.
Who? Darwin Núñez. I like that guy. I don't know what's happening to him. I like him.
That guy is not smart at all.
My favorite player is Gakpo in that. Like,
I like Gakpo.
For a player, the kind of role he has, right?
Liverpool attack.
The role he has. Are we running out of tape? No. Right. The role Gakpo has in that team, I don't see him whining. But when it comes on, he knows that this is my moment, and he often always scores.
Yeah.
When he comes on,
even
right?
before he came to Liverpool,
Yeah.
was a scorer.
He's
Was a
cutting in.
scorer.
He's
Yeah.
cutting
That-
in
oh.
and bending. I think he has one of the best right now.
Brilliant
on the scene.
stuff, right?
When he drills it to that far corner, a better shot, low, but
like shots.
shots, but he go down low.
So they shoot ball against football. They want to bend what? Use your lacy side.
There was
Hit through the ball.
There was a joke with in SS3. My friend used to make Daniel. Daniel's a medical doctor. Shout out to him. I don't even watch so much football anymore. But he used to say, we used to make a joke about Liverpool. We say, when you go to Liverpool's interview, because at the time when we were kids, we would talk about interviews. So we go to interview as a player. They'll ask you that will be a shot. Because all the players,
in
the team, Aga,
bro,
Risse, John and Risse.
Gerrard,
Alonso, everybody was kicking shot, penalty. All of them are shot, all of them kick for that year.
Shot way that Risse boy get that
Risse
time.
Can you remember that Barcelona game?
when
Can
you
you remember that Barcelona game at the Camp Nou? It was at the Camp Nou now. Start of the game, Liverpool don't hit
Babel.
like 3 times.
Babel.
Boom, boom, boom. Barcelona keeper, they like, what's going on here?
That Liverpool team, I don't think there's anybody that has an aggregator of shot takers like that.
Bro, crazy guys.
On-site policy. Once given out like 85 minutes. Now on-site policy.
Get one go Babel score against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Wearing the fall like this.
Babel.
Outside shots.
Right, Babel was a
That game
brilliant.
They lead them that time.
was a crazy game. I think it went like 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, something like that. It went on and on and on.
Una beat them.
It was a 4-3 game.
Una beat them for that game.
The second leg of the
Rain the
Champions
fall for
League.
that match.
So
Rain the fall.
incredible stuff. So
IBK, you don't think
I thought we had to give credit to Liverpool.
I don't think.
And I think we've done Liverpool justice. But just to say, do you think we'll win the league? Because they haven't hit the bad patch yet. They haven't.
They haven't, yeah.
I think they will get
I think they will win the league.
I think Chelsea will win the league. I think Chelsea will win the league.
Baba, we are just trying to make sure we avoid relegation.
Bro, I'm not capping. I think Chelsea will win the league.
I think Liverpool will win the league. Do you know why?
I don't think Arsenal will win the league.
No, be waiting there. Which one concern?
I think insert Arsenal just goes
No, I don't think. I'm still thinking. That's why.
Okay, you are
I'm
taking
trying.
it one after the other.
Right.
I don't think Arsenal will win the league.
That would be a disaster.
I'm thinking if Man City will have enough in them to fire.
Man City not win the league.
You don't know.
We have to wait till
You don't know.
With Man City, I'll wait till January.
My brother.
Till the end of January.
I don't know.
I have analyzed it in my head.
There's no
Don't
way.
analyze it, oh.
Alpha, relax,
Baba.
oh.
Relax. See,
Baba.
because these players.
But even when at the bar, at the
no,
thing
no,
comes.
no, analyze them, bro.
Because these players,
go on.
I look at them and I look at this man. You know, every time I watch them and they're playing badly, I just look at them and say, these players cannot just become bad overnight.
Our next topic is Man City, right? And
Exactly.
we'll do it for a bit.
Will Liverpool win the league? They will not win it.
I think Liverpool will win.
If Liverpool doesn't win it, right?
Cut.
I think that they haven't hit the bad patch yet.
They haven't.
And because I've seen this game, I've seen United lose the league from an unassailable position.
Yeah.
Right. We drew to Everton 3-3. That feeling, if not that he won us the Europa League.
I've told you that before that before that game, Phil Neville said somebody from Man United called him. Phil Neville was Everton captain. He was talking. There's this show Gary Neville used to do.
Yeah.
He was telling Gary Neville that one guy, somebody from Man, one of the players called him and said, "I feel just tell your guys to soft pedal a little bit."
Say
He said,
what?
He said, "I've never been that angry in my life." He said, "I was really angry." He said during the match day, you know, I've got family in the stands, all of them Man United fans. You know, he said immediately the game went, he said I had to leave the pitch because there's something in me.
We're caused havoc.
Yeah.
You know, something in me just felt like
We've caused havoc.
you know, we've done something against a club that my entire family supports and all that. He said, but something in him also,
Was
the
happy.
pride
Yeah.
in him.
That I'm a professional.
That I'm a professional, I'm earning money, I'm paid. He said he was really happy that they didn't lose that game.
Yeah.
See that moment? That moment is what I would say. If somebody ever asks me, this story you're just telling me now. If somebody ever asked you what is the meaning of football, that's the meaning of football. Like the pride for the sport.
Yeah.
Like the sport. That's the soul of the sport. Like because say this guy, you get now your family support this club. When you're on that pitch, you are playing for the fans
Who paid so much money?
come and see you.
I said, at the Olympics, the commentator made it after the 100 meters final. The commentator said, "That's why live sports is better than Hollywood." I will never forget that line. He said, "That's why live sports, because with Hollywood, you can script and they write the best stories. You know, you can get it." But you cannot write the kind of scripts that happen in football.
You can't.
How did Man U not win that game? This game that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Man U were leading 3-1.
3-0.
No, it was
3-1.
3-1.
I think Nani scored in that
Everton
game.
scored 3-2. And then Man U scored 4-2. Like the game was over. 81 minutes. United are winning the title.
How?
United threw away the title after with 6 games to go. United were leading Man City by 6
So you know,
points.
12 or 6 points. At the point it was 12 points. Anyway, let's leave it there, right? So
Wale will not like this part.
anyway, so you think Liverpool will not win it?
I don't think they'll win the league
Yeah. I
because
think
I still
they will.
feel. I still feel.
I think they'll wobble.
I feel like when I said a week ago they will go to Newcastle, I feel like those are difficult places to go to. They've not gone to Aston Villa. They've not gone to Chelsea. They still have to go to Spurs. They still have to go to Aston Villa. They still have to go to Brighton. They still have to go to.
Yeah, it's a good point.
They still have to go to Etihad. These are difficult places.
It's a good point.
They're difficult places. If you haven't gone to those places yet, you cannot beat your heart and say you win.
No, I don't think anybody can beat their chest and say, we'll win it. The reason I
No,
said
you cannot.
The reason I said I think they'll win it is because the first thing, I'm looking at every other person below them.
Yeah.
Those ones too are not performing, up to like Man City. It has happened before. I think in 2020 or something, they were
They've never been this far adrift though.
No, they were 7th or 6th in December or something like that. Can't remember exactly, but I shall know in 2020 they were below top 3, top 4, and then they went on and then they still won the league. But this one is more dire in the manner of how they're losing games.
Yeah.
There's something
The
there
mental stuff.
that's more.
So we don't have the time to do Man City today because I just checked the time.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'll say on that is when I watch Pep Guardiola's teams, right? I have seen that the teams that have beat them by strategy, desire, and more often than not. But sometimes I've seen that on those days they've needed luck to beat Man City. Yesterday when I watched City and I was particularly interested in watching Pep Guardiola's body language on the touchline.
Yeah.
It's the first time ever I've seen him. He was lost at the point. It's almost like there were no gesticulations. He was just like, let me I'm just going to watch the players. Let me see what they're doing. Like, he was lost in his thoughts. There were no body movements, no gesticulations. It's almost like for the first time, he's like, I don't know how to solve this problem. Normally,
the problem that is beyond him.
Like normally he's like, I can see what you're not doing well.
You
move here, you move there. So the first time he was like,
it's a brilliant point. Because I said this after,
and you watch the press conference after, right? And I could be wrong, and I mean I don't hope I am, but he just looked like all the questions, like anything when I want to talk, oh, maybe we'll do it.
I said
that bullishness
is like the fight is
going away.
I said this after the Arsenal game where I felt like the players are beginning to, say more than they should say.
It felt like
Silva, after the Arsenal game.
We won 4 titles.
I said this after that game. I said they look rattled. Like Arsenal have got under their skin. The fact that they played 3 games now against Arsenal, they can't get a win.
Yeah.
They feel rattled, Gabriel, the way Gabriel they do.
I agree.
The way Gabriel they do with them, those things.
No, he's right.
He's right.
They realize that we can't bully these guys anymore.
He's right, but also, I don't want you to go, and that's why I'm taking off you. Right? Because I don't say you go Arsenal marathon.
No, I just feel like they are rattled. Like
I agree.
They're beginning to say things they shouldn't say. All of a sudden, you're putting 4 titles in people's face, and all of that. That for me is why I still have a little doubt about them, because normally
they go about their business.
Normally they don't give a shit about
we'll see you guys in May. Normally we'll see you guys in May.
Like
when you see somebody start,
we'll play.
Yeah. It also to add, I have to include. I throw some mischief in. When that the IBK say, Pep was just joking when he said, "Give me my players back." I said it again.
I said it again.
Since you said that, I said like maybe 3 more times.
But all the
last time now.
All the players don't come back.
Exactly. He has maybe 4 or 5
maybe
players.
They talk, say,
do you see the kind of injuries I have?
Jonathan, he has maybe 4 or 5 players. He has maybe 4 or 5 players injured now.
Yeah.
Blessing and spiritual now.
When Ten Hag was saying, "Give me my players back,"
give my players back. He said he was a crazy person.
No. You are even getting it wrong. When you can see that the players, sometimes when you're in a hole, stop digging, right?
Yeah.
I think the man in the hole and they keep digging. He's digging.
Give my players back. But that's not possible.
No, even when the players come back, what I see is a mentality it's like a diminishing return. We're just gotten to the point where
we have proper diminishing returns.
And shout outs to Macaroni, right? I saw the most incredible collaboration after Sabino's and Bobrisky. This Peter Doce one with Macaroni.
Senior man.
He said
over my dead body.
He said
that can be arranged. Oh my God! What a line!
He said the man climbing the hill is more dangerous than the man that's on top of the hill already. Bro, I'm sure.
Now you don't do that. I'm
paraphrasing it, right?
The great Peter.
I'm paraphrasing it, right?
He said it doesn't matter how dark the room is. A
man will always find the woman's breast.
To his woman's breast.
My brother.
That one don't happen to me.
Nobody ask you.
I don't know.
There's something called TMI. Too much stupid information.
Nobody ask you.
Right.
I just remember as that room dark.
Let's move on. Right.
Before you put us,
let's move
before
on.
you dig a deeper hole.
But I just wanted to wrap up on Liverpool, right? Because I saw
Liverpool again.
No, because of how Barcelona were playing, right? And we knew that at a point you go wobble.
Yes, no.
Do you understand? And I don't think that Liverpool have hit the heights that Barcelona were hitting.
Yeah, they haven't. It's also the reason why they might not wobble to this point.
I agree.
Because I think that Barcelona team,
I think
that Barcelona team, Hansi Flick, young boys, we run, press that, but it was bang.
Barcelona fans are the worst. This last week I see
they don't rest.
They say this Flick. This Hansi Flick. Why is he not doing that? I say, Hansi Flick.
No.
No.
We don't tell them already. If you know win any trophy, just know say different from Xavi.
I see one person say. He say this team is too dependent on Lamine Yamal. This coach is so knowledge. I say
you don't say I'm now.
No. Anyway, let's leave that. I wanted to let's get into the predictions, right, and wrap it up. And the prediction segment is brought to you by GigaWin, who are strong supporters of the podcast, and we appreciate that, right?
No,
so
won't finish
let's
Good luck to them.
let's all. So
Don't
what,
finish your man on TikTok.
Right.
See, just talking nonsense.
is that what we white beards?
Yeah, that one we white
That one we white beard.
Don't they talk nonsense.
Somebody say, if I say white beard, if I say die. Because it's not for wisdom.
Social media.
I said,
Please.
if you leave social media, you will not think. You get. This Rufai shouts too much.
One guy say, this Rufai they do like say Sabi pass on the coach. LOL. Say, bro, leave me now.
But you know why I love it? Just scroll down again. Same person will say, I agree with you on this one.
So you guys just do your day.
You have to just do your day, man. But we love it. We totally love it, right? Please like the
No vex. What guy say, So now when Arsenal win match now, I'll come and take a license to celebrate from Rufai. I say, but no be me talk so now they quick celebrate. Now you be talk calm now.
You will finish you.
Arsenal fans. Oh my God.
Bro, he said now when Arsenal win, I'll take passport
for Instagram.
But the
They
person
finish.
say,
Arsenal fans and FC. I don't know which one.
Bro. Person say, an Arsenal fan did the table.
So what did he for do?
They were laughing.
I don't know which one they more vicious, FC or Arsenal fan.
Bro, this new week, so leading up to this episode, I stumbled into the section of Arsenal fans on Twitter where they don't like Arteta. That's a word on its own. That's a word. They engage themselves. Say these bloody Arteta lovers. They insult other Arsenal fans when like Arteta.
What the fan base, man?
Bloody Arteta lovers.
What the fan base?
Now they think Arteta is bigger than the club.
Anyway, I think that he got a lot of he got some. I think IBK got a lot of predictions right last week, right?
I got everything.
IBK got everything.
Go check them now.
Yeah, IBK got everything. So as a result, we are now commissioning. We're commissioning a prediction watch, a leaderboard. So producer has told us that we're going to have a leaderboard for every single person on the table to have their predictions. So each week you get a prediction correct. That prediction is 3 points. So 3 points for a correct prediction, and we keep aggregating every week. So we keep adding it up.
Is there a prize money for it?
Yes, there will be a prize money for it.
Nice,
sponsored by GigaWin. Hopefully they give it to you. Anyway, GigaWin.io is the website to check out for all the best odds. And this incredible thing about GigaWin is that it's a crypto-based platform, but it's pretty simple to change your Naira to crypto and get on betting. I keep saying this all the time. The interface is really good, right?
Yeah.
The interface is actually really good, right? So let's get on with it. And I'm going to start with you in what is going to be an interesting weekend for sure. Let's start off with that Premier League game on Saturday. 3 o'clock game. Was it 4 o'clock in Nigeria?
Yeah, 4 o'clock
4 o'clock in Nigeria. So no midweek, no early kickoff. So it's a good omen for betting, right? Arsenal, Everton.
Arsenal win and over 1.5 goals.
Arsenal win of 1.5 goals. Liverpool, Fulham.
Liverpool, Fulham, both teams to score.
Both teams to score.
That's would give you some really good odds. 1.82.
1.82. Both teams to score.
Yeah, Liverpool, Fulham, both teams to score.
Right. Do you in your ticket these days, is Liverpool a constant?
Yeah, Liverpool is a constant. It's a constant. They are winning. I mean, they've only dropped points in 2 matches all season.
Yeah,
3 matches all season. 2 draws in the league and 1 defeat. They won every Champions League game. They won the rest of the games in the league. So they're constant on the ticket. But I do get the feeling that Fulham will score.
Yeah, I
do get the feeling Fulham always scores. They find a way to score. So
yeah, I
fancy Liverpool to win, but I feel like Fulham will score.
Right. There's a meme you shared with me, and the guy, all the Aquabomites will get in here, right? Somebody said, "Kaiso but Pep." Kaiso.
What does it mean?
Say Kaiso but Pep. So you continue to carry Pep for a ticket. Shevina Max, Shevina you born. Shevina you
now your papa get it.
I mean that person they talk to.
Keep playing
because last weekend
Man City win or draw.
Last weekend I didn't bust down.
Bayern were a constant on over 3.5 Bayern. As that what's his name enter that club? What's his name?
Nagelsmann.
Not Nagelsmann. Tuchel.
Everywhere scatter.
Bayern begin to play 1-0.
You know if you do over 1.5, say your heart good.
Bayern begin to play 1-0.
Tuchel play 1-0.
Your heart good.
My brother, you need to get Bayern is a global business club for everybody. We all have shares.
They have investments for
Everywhere.
everywhere. All and sundry.
Please. So we might not like them with 90 minutes, but we have strong interest. You get. Anyway,
They play 1-0, 2-0. Are you crazy?
Play 1-0. Anyway, so Liverpool, Fulham, both teams to score. That's the GG call there. Newcastle, Leicester.
First defeat for Ruud van Nistelrooy. Newcastle win.
Newcastle win. By the way, Isak.
That boy, man.
What a player.
That
What a
boy,
player.
man.
What a player.
Arsenal.
January.
What are you lots doing?
January.
What a player.
January.
I don't want Jokeris again.
January.
Right. Anyway, so Newcastle to win, straight win for that.
Yeah.
That's a call there. Wolves, Ipswich. You think that
Wolves will
Gary
win.
O'Neill will win?
I think Wolves will win. They were very unlucky against West Ham on Monday night. I feel like they'll win. The manager is under a lot of pressure, and it's a game that is a make or bust. I feel like if he loses this one, he would be out of the door. And sometimes you hear that phrase, "Oh, he's lost the dressing room." It's not the case here because the players are running into a brick wall for them. They've been incredibly unlucky. But I feel like they'll pick up all 3 points here.
Right. All 3 points for Wolves there. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa. This should be a very
Both teams to
interesting game.
score. Both teams to score. Lots of goals in this one. Aston Villa look like they've gotten their mojo back. Win over the weekend against Brentford. Massive win in the Champions League against Leipzig. Should be a high scoring game. So I'd go over 2.5 goals.
That's huge. That's a
Yeah.
lot. What's
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa
away at Forest?
at Forest over 2.5 goals. That
That's
gives
high.
you
That should be high.
That's really high.
1.86 on Gigawin.
Wow.
That's high. I wouldn't go for that actually. I'll just say both teams to score, as you initially said, right?
No, I feel like somebody will win.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like somebody will win. Somebody will win.
Brighton Palace.
Brighton Palace.
That game is on Sunday. That game is my birthday.
Yeah, it's on Sunday. Palace win or draw. Palace win or draw. That
Palace.
gives you 1.86.
You go carry us come out.
Sunday. You know you go church.
No, now the other one is for church.
No. Come to let's meet. Let's rendezvous.
When I turn priest,
You
I won't
did
stay
you
for-
go there on Sunday. Yeah.
This Sunday.
Yeah. Actually, I just realized now that it's Sunday.
I get
I just realized now it's Sunday.
1.86.
event.
Palace
You always
win
get
or draw.
events. Come move.
Yeah.
You make
But-
it live in event.
Ini, come through. I'll call you. you
Okay,
know,
no
come through.
wahala.
Yeah.
So if you
Let's do Bagada actually. You know.
yeah,
Let's do
if you
Bagada. Yeah.
this thing.
Where for same.
understand.
Middle point, middle ground for everybody.
that side,
can-
that place.
No, I found some new
Man City are
some new
playing on
spots.
Sunday.
Just
And the
give
Man
me
City game, Man City.
Man City, Man United.
Yeah, he's on Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's watch it
Manchester
together. Yeah,
Derby,
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
watch that together.
yeah. So Man City, Man United. What's the call there?
Man City, Man United. I feel like Man City will win. I feel like Man City will win.
No be me.
Of course, it's Etihad, no.
It's they're at home.
How you cannot give up?
Me and you go play that one again. God for
Yeah, I'm giving up, my bro.
God for we
Try
bats.
again. Try again.
Try again.
This
Now
might be
your
your
papa get
time.
the
Yeah.
Before walk cabin, they walk like they use walking stick. Idiots. Person invest in you. They go past you. They look on like this.
Anyway, what's the call there?
Man City to win.
Man City to win, right?
That's 1.55.
5-5. Yeah.
1.55. All the calls are exclusive to Giga Win. Couple final games. Chelsea, Brentford. What's gonna happen? I think a lot of goals in that kind of
Yeah,
game.
lots of goals. Brentford have been so reliable for bettors, in terms of goals.
For investors, please.
They are for investors. They are sorting out these things in 45
They
minutes.
score away.
First 25 minutes, you don't see 2-1 already.
Yeah, you can tell that the boardroom is very healthy.
Get these goals coming. Chelsea to win and both teams to score is my call.
Yeah. By the way, that was a great show of character by Chelsea.
Yeah.
Great show of character, and I think love is down to Tottenham, but there was just Chelsea was just like, you know what? I feel like that. I think they're not playing with the pressure of anything.
Yeah.
I think that's
They
for
didn't
me.
feel sorry for themselves. They just picked themselves
For
up.
me, that's the-
Tottenham were
Yeah.
desperate.
That's the biggest-
They were.
desperately poor.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought you said they were dead. Nah, they were desperately poor. They
Yeah.
were hopeless.
We would promise we'll talk about Chelsea.
They were hopeless.
When the time comes.
It was unbelievable. They were hopeless.
Allow it cook a little bit. So Chelsea to win, straight
Chelsea
win,
to win and both teams to score.
both teams to score, and of course the final two games: Southampton, Tottenham,
Yeah, Tottenham to win.
Tottenham to win, Bournemouth, West Ham.
Bournemouth, West Ham.
That's a Monday night football game.
Both teams to score.
both teams to score. By the way, thoughts with
Michelangelo,
I hope he comes back and keeps playing football. Right. Rufai, let's go. Let's go IBK first. Save the best for the last for Rufai. So Arsenal, Everton.
Arsenal 2 up to win.
Arsenal
2 up.
2 up.
I'm about to say 2 up.
What's in that one mean, I beg?
It means if they go 2, if they lead by 2 at any point,
the best option for. If they like,
is that called?
They lose.
IBK, they always you go call this podcast, call the
Arsenal. Once they are 2 goals up, they will give you the win.
Right.
It's
Okay.
brilliant.
Cool.
Brilliant stuff.
What's the odd there?
I think it will be 1.2 something.
Right. Good call. Liverpool, Fulham. What's it be for Liverpool, Fulham?
To be safer, Liverpool to win in the half.
Okay,
that's
Liverpool to win it. I think you sabi this betting thing.
I tell you, say this guy will just come here and call these guys. He dey bet like mad.
Die. Newcastle, Leicester.
Newcastle don't they concede recently. Leicester to score.
Leicester to score. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Wolves, Ipswich.
Ipswich win or draw.
Ipswich win or draw. That's a complete opposite to in his call. Okay. Forest, Villa.
Both teams to score.
Both teams to score. Forest, Villa. Wolves, Ipswich.
Yeah, I said it. I said Ipswich win or draw.
Ipswich win or draw. Right. Brighton, Palace.
Brighton to win either half.
Brighton to win either half. Man City, Manchester United.
Man United win or draw.
That's a big call. What's the odds there?
That's crazy.
Man United to win or draw.
That's 2.40.
2.4.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough call, man. That's a tough call. That's 100k for 200 and
close to 300k.
and 40k or something like that. Yeah, 300k. Chelsea, Brentford.
Brentford to score. So it's better to, if Brentford is going to score, and I'll go with both teams to score there.
Both teams to score.
Yeah.
I think that's a good call for that game. Southampton, Tottenham.
I think Spurs will win it. Spurs straight win.
Spurs straight win. Risky call, but yeah. Monday Night Football, Bournemouth, West Ham.
West Ham win or draw.
Right. West Ham win or draw. That's a risky call as well, but I think I'll settle for it. Rufai, let's go Bournemouth, West Ham.
Bournemouth straight win.
Bournemouth straight win. More like it, but still risky. Still risky. Still risky as well.
You obviously know they put your money for this.
Still risky as well. By the way,
no way, now TikTok even go finish you.
Is Kudus back?
That's a very good question. I don't even know. Bro,
Yes, but he scored now. He scored last.
Those
last
prediction videos, especially for TikTok, I know they open the comments. And someone that don't say that senior man they drag.
I just know they put money for this rubbish.
Yeah, at TikTok they get bad mouth. I think that on Twitter people get bad mouth.
Southampton, Tottenham.
Tottenham straight win.
Risky call, but
actually, Tottenham win or draw.
Yeah, I think that's more safe, right? Chelsea, that's a call with handbrake.
Yeah, you get.
You don't look the money where you put it. No.
Then when you pack for play, you know shots. You carry the handbrake first. Chelsea, Brentford.
I agree with senior man. That Brentford, they craze go. When they play Chelsea, they go sit deep. You just say goals go plenty now, goals don't go come.
No, both will score.
I think over 3 goals.
Yeah.
So about 4 goals will be scored.
Wow.
That was about 3.5.
City, United.
United straight win.
What? Straight win? Right. Good call.
That's 4 points.
You know go good care.
Don't be risky
Good call.
again. Now good.
You know go good care.
That's 4.80.
Bro, put your rent.
Bro,
And sleep outside.
Put your rent. Bro, man, you go beat Man City for that yard. Just watch.
Sleep outside.
You know that Amorim don't beat him.
Sleep outside for only one night.
I tell you what.
When Arsenal beat Man, you person say, we beat Sporting Lisbon. Arsenal fan say, we beat Sporting Lisbon. They say because we lose that, we can't find a way. The way the former manager still beat them.
No, I'll tell you one thing, right? If I
They don't get good. But I tell you,
Intolerable.
bad mouth.
We still find a way.
We beat that with
There is a friend of mine, a bond of mine, you get Bala Kitty Johnson, right? I've never seen a more optimistic Arsenal fan in my life.
Bro.
Like, if Arsenal lose 6-0 today, right, I will just check Bala status. I'll just check. Bala say, another day for the best football show in the world.
But I say the match last night. But I say Ateta coached 8-0 tonight. But that Jesus and Martinelli, they need to check where they are, if they are truly Brazilian or they are from Tahiti and listen, because
no, that's when you say coach 8-0. Oh man,
they bust my head for
they kill me, man. Anyway, Brighton Palace.
Brighton Palace.
Yep.
Brighton Palace. I think goes Brighton Palace.
Yeah, Brighton Palace. So both teams score.
Both teams to score.
Right. Forest Villa.
Forest Villa. Forest to win, but both teams to score.
Okay. Wolves Ipswich.
Wolves will win.
I think Wolves win as well. Leicester, Newcastle Leicester actually.
Newcastle will win.
Fulham away at Liverpool.
I mean, we're talking about Liverpool not having faltered. This might be a potential because Fulham are
For Anfield.
No, I mean it's Anfield, but Fulham are on their day they are very
That's why I
difficult
went
to
for
play
winning
against.
half anyway. A very difficult team to play against.
On their day, very difficult to play against. I fancy they will get a goal. I just feel like there might be an upset. So I'm just going to go with both teams to score. Liverpool probably wins, but there's something that's just telling me there might be an upset.
Yeah.
So I'll just go with both teams to score.
So both teams to score. Arsenal Everton.
Arsenal straight win. Like 4-0 safe.
Arsenal straight win. I think so too. So what you should do is, this podcast is a 4-man podcast. So we're combine all their calls and make your
put it on the ticket.
Put it on the ticket, right?
And remove some that are not comfortable.
And add your own.
Now, what are you going to do the leaderboard?
So you make you take for tell us how easy it is. So we make the right one.
Yeah. So Wale is
as we watch this ball, now you say they watch out. So come comment section. They saw senior man.
I know they live for England.
I don't understand.
I know they collect.
As they watch out for TV, that you say they watch out. No come comment section. They saw senior man. They come person wipe their beard. They insult him. Somebody's father.
He say he die am. I didn't say die.
What gross disrespect? Insubordination.
The key thing is that all of us live for the same Lagos. Now TV we watch.
That would they follow the watch out. You see before stadium.
You don't see for stadium before.
You see me for stadium.
I know they put disclaimer now.
Before you go say journalist, I'm not a journalist.
No, I'm not. Thank you. Say, but you say you people. No. I don't tell you.
Journalist now you dey play.
For this one, I don't tell you say I know this football past you.
Somebody
you
say,
say predict. If I send us your own prediction, we'll play.
Somebody say this is not professional at all. I say, have I ever told you I'm professional? where I do that kind of meeting? Say. This is a professional show. Anyway, thanks guys. This prediction segment is brought to you by GigaWin. GigaWin.io is the website to get all some of the best odds on the markets from GigaWin, and we're totally backing them to the end. Like a board will back a manager as well. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much.
Sorry, just before we go, speaking of markets, GigaWin has. I said it on the Hangout day. GigaWin has got a market that I really love: the double chance for player scoring. Two players. You pick two players in a game who can score. I don't think any other bookmaker has got
any of them.
Like you can pick both of them scoring in a game. Like picking two players who can score in the game.
So as opposed to Lewandowski anytime goal scoring, you can pick Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal.
The odds go big.
Yeah, massive odds like this. Massive odds. So I think people
that's the Kopama and Jackson.
Kopama and Jackson. Like
for sure.
People should check that out. I think that's a money spinner.
That idiot Jackson. He remove him against Tottenham. He won't cry because he say when match was another start part.
Ball on the sweet arm.
Boy, you did.
The boy is good.
He's good. Jackson's very good.
Jackson's
very good. Very good.
You're good.
Very good. I dare say, if continues the way, can be a top player. Can be a top player. Can be a top player. You know.
This man.
It's good. This is
Can be a top player.
that
right?
side of the table.
Please follow GigaWin on Instagram, gigawin.io. We're pretty much in all our captions, so check them out as well. And leave a like on the video. I wanted to wrap up today's episode with, you know, what you're currently watching for Christmas, right? And, you know, I've been watching, you know, Day of the Jackal. Very good stuff.
Please give credits.
You know, very good, very good stuff. I must
You have to tell them who introduced you.
Why does it need to?
You should give credits.
Rufai sent it to me, but I saw it somewhere.
You know,
Not serious.
But
serious.
Rufai was so I must say this. Rufai has not given me a bad movie before.
Yeah.
Hasn't given me a bad movie before. But
on
what I'll
Netflix?
say is that it's not as good as I thought it would be.
No, of course.
It's good.
I think so
As
too,
all UK
honestly.
as all UK shows are, but
Is it on Netflix?
No.
no.
I think so
And
too.
that's the last question I answer.
Last. It's very last.
Okay, Net Niger.
That person where you want to put for trouble. Get deep behind me. It's not on Netflix, thank you.
He said that's the last question I'll answer.
I don't understand. Why are you
Did
looking
he
for?
tell you he wanted to answer another question?
Just to let
You know,
you
I
know.
didn't put a stone. You know when the final slide like this come.
When rain flooding, you put heap of sand.
You get cement bag. Maybe you for no say you get. So that's it. You get. Because now that people are leaving Nigeria. Before you say it's good like this, I mean we leave Nigeria.
You know.
You get.
Day of the Jackal. I think I agree with you. I think there's a ceiling that it can still, but
Yeah.
not quite going there. But I think it's still a very good
Still
show.
a very good show. Still a very good show.
Which one again? I think I saw one again recently.
I saw Price.
I've been
I saw Price Has Fallen.
I've been watching From.
I stopped. As I watch episode
Have you
1.
seen From?
What?
From.
No.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen that. Haven't seen that.
Now this movie where you could just get drive, just no see road again. We don't lost.
I don't understand.
And now you
You
just
just say you watch this movie, I mean, I tell you.
I they watch them now, but me, I just they, now this scary series, but it's nice. but it's nice.
Anybody seen Gladiators?
Oh yeah.
Why are you gonna sit on the watch?
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm trying to remember. Imagine how can I not remember?
I have a 12-year-old niece who loves
Scary movie.
horror films.
I don't know why people.
Why you do that to yourself?
Why? How?
Like
But me, which time they always think they say na person the
you
camera,
know the funny thing.
camera.
The last time where I go, you
Say na person the old camera.
So if that person no wrong,
if that person no wrong,
then there's no problem.
see.
What's it concern me?
That's an interesting perspective. Oh. Very interesting.
The last time
When I
go,
get that studio,
Oh, camera for this thing.
they make me on the wrong.
Bro, I don't like horror
Crazy.
movies, man.
I went to you the last time I go you. I asked her, are you still watching scary films? She said, yeah, she really loves it. And then she tells me, he said, Uncle, I'm a contortionist. I said, what's that? What's that?
Stop it.
The next thing, you don't carry leg like this. Put
for neck.
Yeah.
They twist. I say, please, I'm leaving
And
your house.
I've actually noticed that women
like
horror movies. I don't know why.
But small cockroach will just fly now.
They'll be running everywhere.
Bro, I will never understand why women fear cockroach.
Why?
You hear my wife will shout like, ah!
For me, it's not
She said
fear.
cockroach. I said, what is cockroach?
Yeah, I don't like cockroach, but it's not.
I don't like it. I don't like cockroach. My wife would laugh me say I dey fear dog.
But you go see cockroach.
Me I dey fear dog.
Legitimate.
dog better.
When we chop my leg, come on.
chop my leg.
You
Dog
that
better.
cockroach, like they shout. You want to bring out their house.
Legitimate fear.
So I don't know how, because I knew that I saw a movie. Adult this thing. Because I don't remember that I don't watch Gladiator.
I mean,
So,
just give me some from
the second-
Netflix. May I just go for
this
it?
Gladiator, right? Quick review.
Have you seen Queen's Gambit?
Yeah,
Check it
watch
out.
Queen's Gambit.
on Netflix.
Brilliant stuff, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, watch Queen's Gambit.
They took out from Netflix. What's the name? Black Sails. Yeah, I can't find it.
Watch
Can't find it anymore.
Yellowstone as well on Netflix. So I
Not
agree.
serious. Not serious.
Yeah, I agree.
First of all, are you a serious person?
No, I just want to watch.
If you are not a serious,
I'm a serious person. Movies are
I just want to watch 2 hours. Me, I did go.
So
Me I be like I think who get that
You get one movie I don't dey enjoy. I don't enjoy the first 4 minutes or so. I can't see say this thing get episode 2 episode. I don't come out.
watch the
I don't want to start that.
watch the madness.
I don't want to start that. They go.
Watch the madness on Netflix.
The Madness.
Speaking of which, I have to also say another very good series. Special Ops, Lioness.
Oh yeah, very good.
As a dope
Very
one.
good. So that's even better than Jackal.
Than
the of Jackal.
Zoe, personally, that babe, Zoe Saldana, she's like one of
very
my.
good.
She's in my opinion, I think she's one of the very best like actors.
We
One
listen.
of
We
the
don't.
very
We don't
best.
judge it. We listen.
I think she's one of the very. If you've seen this show on this movie on net, it's a limited series. I can't remember the name. It's a love, incredible stuff. I promise you.
Yeah.
Not action, drama, so it's love and all that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is incredible. Look for it on Netflix. It's Zoe Saldana, who's an Italian guy.
Drop for group. Drop for group.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, right? What's the best show you've seen this year? It could be show. It could be a song you heard. It could be a book you read. You know.
Can't get my head around it. I don't watch a lot of shows. So it's a shame, but
So this last week, we've seen the Spotify rap and shout out to Spotify. In a second year, we were in the global top 15% most shared
Yeah.
podcast. When I don't slack, we are not. Spotify never send us anything again. You guys have become. You are not. You have seen a good podcast and you're hiding it for yourself. You're not spreading the word. But in this last week, I went to say that we've seen the Spotify rap. So
What people have been listening to.
all that kind of stuff. If I looked into your Spotify rap or your playlist
Mine
rap,
was Ashake.
what would it be?
Ashake.
Who would be your top artist?
top artist.
Choma Jesus.
Don't worry.
How do you think Choma Jesus? Are you
Don't worry.
crazy? What's this guy now? Who's your guy? What's his name?
Spyro.
Yeah.
Now, so you listen to
really?
your guy.
I
Because
like him.
Spyro will get plenty songs, so
Yeah,
How
I
many
like
songs
him.
now? Who's your guy in the year?
I repeat.
I like Odumodu too.
Yeah. Strike and Pierce and Dagara.
Violence.
I like
For love song.
Violence.
He's a
Too
funny,
much.
See,
he's a funny guy.
you know-
I don't like his.
You know, get waiting done funny to me, reach that when we beat that South Africa for Nations Cup. Super Eagles IG page post on the modu. Wait there. Who there? I go Dagara. I go Butcher. Bro,
Too funny.
it's too mad.
Funny, man.
Too mad.
Too funny, that guy.
What
I like him.
will be yours?
My artist of the
Chief
year.
Ebi-
No, not of the year. It could be a movie.
No, he did there now. He did my Spotify rap.
Yeah.
And it was Ashake.
That's okay.
Yeah, Ashake.
I think for me as well.
I found that. I've not
Ashake
listened to
and this guy with the always tension Davido every time. What's his name?
Wiz.
This fat boy.
Who be that?
See the way they just did it.
The guy, I don't like him personally,
Who's
but
that,
I
Buju?
love his song. Yeah, Buju.
Oh, Bush is
Very, very
I don't
stupid
know what he's on
guy.
about. So
Very stupid guy.
actually,
He's a very stupid guy.
if it music, well, I don't use Spotify. This year I didn't use Spotify a lot.
Yeah, I switched to YouTube actually.
So obviously there will be Ashake, there will be Whiskey, there will be Vector, there will be Kendrick Lamar, there will be did I mention Ashake?
No.
Yes, there will be Ashake. So then there will be Buju. I listened to a lot of Buju this year.
Yeah.
I think
No
Buju's-
Lil Don.
I think no, Benson actually.
You know
Benson,
the year
that
trap
Benson, I know
music.
if you call him that Benson.
Benson is an incredible. See, I don't
Benson
know
can really sing.
whatever
Yeah.
is happening on Twitter. No concern me. That guy is an incredible artist.
I tell person say I don't like
No,
the
he's
guy
he's
personally,
very good. He's
but that
very good.
phenomenal song.
Oh,
crazy.
that's an incredible
mad
song.
song.
That song sweet.
Incredible
You
song.
know, I was going to say something about Gladiators. He has Denzel in it. So all due respect, because Denzel
Maybe I'll
obviously
go watch
is
him
good,
straight.
but they shouldn't have made that movie.
My brother.
Why you know sweet?
Anything when I
shouldn't have-
anything when I like when I talk.
They shouldn't have made that movie.
You know the funny thing? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm the
know.
biggest Denzel fan, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet because I don't want to see it in this.
People-
I don't want to see with the bias that I've read.
People shouldn't take me serious. Obviously, them making the movie, hundreds and thousands of people got
Yeah.
paid. So I'm not, but I'm talking like in terms of, because you have to understand, you are making a sequel. You are following it up with
Yeah.
a movie that happened 2000. That's how many years ago? 24 years ago. So there's a standard.
Yeah.
So there's no way people won't look at this one
And look at
through
that
the
one.
eyes of that one.
That one, yeah.
And I'm sorry.
The standards are lower.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Doesn't do justice.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, I look my Spotify. So I used this year is into two halves for me. I used Spotify in the first half of the year. Then I found that the algorithm wasn't learning my kind of
What
sound.
you
You
get.
know, yeah, because I mean,
They would just
it's
bring
hard to. I
something.
find it very
Don't
hard to sit
skip
down
tire.
and create a sound, create a playlist. So I rather work with
You don't skip.
an app that can learn the sound. So YouTube, you just play song on YouTube.
YouTube
Your song
music.
where you like. The next
Yeah.
1 hour, I don't play any song. They will play something
You don't go skip. You don't go skip.
in your line. So I went to YouTube Music
That's
and just
good.
and
That's
just,
good.
Nah, these people walk
Tech-
past
yeah.
Apple Music.
No, I think that YouTube.
Apple Music. If you play Ashake now, You go just hear Chioma Jesus
Apple
next.
Music,
Waiting the app.
Apple Music no care about you.
Why don't you?
Apple Music no care. You go take your hand,
don't
take
you want
click
to
with
If they
it.
play,
Why don't you want
Jesus,
to
yeah.
get-
You go take your hand, take click. If you dey wait, somebody help you. You are your own.
I know the joke. Now I just come
want
out.
to hear Chioma Jesus.
You go just dey for car
I'm on the terrible, I beg.
Popsy and Momsy. You dey play. You go put Apple Music on rotate. Listen, on you go dey play one Christian song before you know you go just go enter bad man.
You know when your hand dey up in worship, you dey worship God. You know, Eze. You are worthy. Just the worship. Just change. Kese. You have
Bro.
to now stop your worship. You pause. You open
God play.
You open your eye first. God.
God, no vex.
Amen.
Sorry for the breaking
Sorry,
transmission.
amen.
We're back.
Let's continue this messaging will worship. Anyway, gentlemen, I want to thank you very much indeed. In the same breath, I think it's also important to leave your maybe your favorite moment on the podcast this year. Leave your favorite episode, because we actually want to know which episode worked the best, why it worked the best, who we brought that you liked the best. And I think we have one more episode this year before we drop the anchor for 2024, and that will be a very expanded episode. We'll have about maybe 6 people on the set, and it'll be a lot more fun. But like the video, share, and comment, engage it, and of course follow GigaWin. .io on Instagram. They are the sponsor of the podcast. They're pretty much why we're still filming. So thank you very much for that. Get on our Instagram page and YouTube and like the highlight reel, the trailer from our events, because we actually need that to go up as well. Guys, I want to thank you very much indeed. Olakune Rufai, on Monday, IDK Sports.
Always a pleasure.
From all of us in the studio, we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bam.